Riders, gather up in the infield for a meeting. Riders, let's gather up quickly for our rider meeting on the infield. Thank you. Rider meetings wrapping up. It's time to bring our riders up to the rail. Welcome to Friday Night Racing at the Velodrome. Your Cat 1-2 men coming to the rail for a scratch race to open up tonight's racing program. What a beautiful night, and oh my goodness, I'm looking down this roster. We've got nearly 30 athletes, I think, on this start list. It's going to be a fun and active night tonight for our riders. Coming up to the rail, Cat 1-2s for the scratch race. Our team is going to deliver a few instructions for the riders here at the line, and then we'll get them started. And I'll give you the lowdown while the riders in the neutral. All 1-2s to the rail for the scratch. And I have it from the stream. We've got a donation for 2 preems during this race. I'm going to bring in the bell twice for the Cat 1-2s, 25 bucks a piece. Thanks to our live stream fan. Serge is out there watching, wants to throw some cash this way to make it fun tonight. 2 preems from up here. I'll ring the bell, 25 bucks a pop for the Cat 1-2 men. Thank you, Serge. What a large crew we got here tonight. I talked about it in the preseason. I said, I think this year might be some of our biggest fields we've seen in a while. Some upgrades from the Cat 3 men, and of course, riders coming back into race shape here, getting ready for a fun regular season at the track. We've got 30 riders here tonight, and it's going to be our feature group for sure this evening, I imagine, with this group showing up. Going to be fun to watch all night long. The scratch race is a race for the distance to the end of the race. We're going to be showing those laps on the red cards here. It's a 20-lap event. A bell at 1 to go from the infield. First rider across the line will be your winner. Riders will start out at turn 4. If they're still all together, we'll get the signal here in a moment. And the whistle signaling the beginning of racing. We've got 20 to go. Sam Frigo, number 24, taking the opening lap. That's right, turn 1 knows how to put their hands together. That's right, we can make some noise. We got a good crowd here tonight, and the best thing we can do, besides, of course, picking your favorite and hoping they win, make some noise as the riders go by, especially when you see a big move here. Sam Frigo just opening things up here on this first lap. He's got the entire field bearing down on him a bit here, so just kind of taking this open opportunity to see how they respond and play with a bit here, and let's have some fun with it nonetheless. Seeing 19 to go, he'll go up to the right. He's saying that was fun. Back into the field. 19 to go. Andy Baker down there in the sprinter's lane, number 8. Pulls up to the right. And our field now brings Sam Frigo back into the fold. He'll try to get up onto the acceleration. You see him try to kind of stay in the front half of that field. There's going to be an anxious group tonight. When you got this many riders, you got to work to find your space. Being too far back in the group can be dangerous if you're too far off of any effort. You might get left behind. Quick rotations here at the front, sort of a moderate tempo over the first couple of laps. Nick Martinez now looking down between the pedals at 18 to go, watching who he's got with him. He's got number 7 there, Merrick Gallagher near the front, comes up quickly as well. Not wanting to do too much work here in the early laps, these riders. Trying to conserve energy. They know that someone else in this group is going to hold on to the tempo for them. Why would they do the pull? They're going to move up quick and let someone else move up. Here comes Tomko. Center cycles the rider in blue. Gives us a bit of speed down the back straight and stretches our group out pretty long. You see the field in nearly single file formation, signaling that they're a decent clip now. They've accelerated over the last couple laps, and now we're starting to fall into a good regular speed here. Scott Vincent, number 16 for the Dyna Racing team, coming across at 17 to go. Austin Hilda's at the front as the bell's ringing for the first $25 preem. At 16 to go, we got $25 to cross the line in first. $25 at the line. A little bit of extra incentive for a little bit of a sprint here. Look out for number 32. He's been styling this field so far this season. It's Galen Erickson, right for the Coalition. cycling team. And number 32, Galen, making a move from about 5 or 6 riders back in the field, unchallenged. Riders not gunning for this 25 yet. This is going to be a nice motivator for Ericsson to put in a good effort. And this will create a bit of a situation here on the track if he wants to make it for himself. 15 to go. It's number 32, $25 richer. And our speedster for the Coalition team coming out here looking fast. Will he go with this at all? He does have a bit of help, although a decent gap between him and the rest of the riders. Mike Darlene in the blue for Center Cycles leading the field right now. And in fact, as we swing back and kind of check out where our leaders are, you can see onto the home straight, we do have a kind of combination here. Tyson Danielson, the rider in blue, has found his way up to the leader. They're going to try to pair up now, number 14 and 32, as 32 sort of sits up and lets him catch. The rider in the gap right now, number 37, Little Max, also trying to make this bridge effort happen quickly. A lot of effort being spent there. The rest of the field also in good pursuit right now as they're near single file formation once again, so they're under some decent power here. Might be able to start closing down this gap just a bit. Front looking pretty well organized though, as Danielson has kind of reinvigorated Ericsson as they seem to be working together pretty well here. They're about 150 meters up as they come across the 13 lap to go line here. Little Max, number 37, was just off the front of this field for a while. He finds a few more. They're trying to sneak away. There goes Grinsel, Mr. G of the Dyna Racing squad.
Let's go.
2 riders pushing away. It's also Carl Hofer of the Fount Cycling Guild at 12 to go, and the rest of the field getting a little bit antsy here, starting to feel like the race is starting to get away from him a bit at 12 laps remaining. That was Andrew Martin of 10-Speed Hero coming across the line down that arrow position. A lot of effort at the front of this field now. They're going to work to try to close down the gap up to these 2 bridging riders. Leaders still at about 100 or so meter advantage. It's not huge, but they're definitely maintaining a pretty good gap here. Here comes Andy Baker on a nice effort, number 8. Bringing with him number 11, that's Andrew Lynch in that white, kind of teal blue. That's the Coalition team. He's got a teammate up in front of him, but these riders are out here riding for their own efforts. They're out here to put up a good show on their own abilities and strengths, and that's exactly what number 11 is going to do here as well. Andrew Lynch pulls up quickly. He's got a small group of 4 just in front of this lineup of basically the rest of the strong half of the field here. Trying to be in hot pursuit at 10 to go. The lead rider is getting a little closer now. Galen Ericsson, Tyson Danielson, under 100 meters now advantage to them as Andy Baker continues to pull most of the riders through on the back straight. A bit of a snap between this group and the trailing riders now, as I believe this will be sort of our main group right in the middle under the Stanley sign. Front of the race coming across the line, seeing 9 to go. Onto the same straight here. Number 4, Matty Hers, coefficient of speed, doing his work at the front here to continue this quick pace. That might be all that they got here for just a little bit. You're seeing a little bit of a slackening of the pace. Andy Lynch is going to come back into the group. It looks like now Carl Hofer back on his efforts, pushing the pedals pretty hard here down the back straight. Should be able to bring the rest of those riders right back up to Lynch, and both of them are going to swing up high and let someone else do the work. The leaders still have it, 8 to go. Ericsson and Danielson just putting in a great work here together. You're going to see them, they've taken 200-meter poles, trying to be as consistent as they can. But the gap is closing down by just a few meters per lap here. Can they hold off at this speed that they're going at right now? One huge sprint out of the field would be enough to catch them. They have to be aware of where they are out here on the track and the speed that's capable out of this group chasing them down. Several riders, they recognize they don't need to close this down just yet. They're swinging up high. They're allowing this gap to stay just a bit longer. 7 to go. On the same straight still with our leaders. There's Martin again, number 27, 10-Speed Hero at the lead. Number 11 continue to come up here as Lynch. A couple of pretty frequent names doing a lot of the work in this field to try to keep it close. One of our fastest finishers in the group, Merrick Gallagher, one of the juniors, not doing many of the poles yet. He's going to come up, though, on the wheel and see if he can get near the front and stay in position. That's the rider with that red helmet. We've seen the junior being very dominant here over the last couple of weeks in this field. Let's see what he can do here tonight in the scratch. He's off the lead pace still at 6 to go, as is the rest of this strong group, now being led by the speed of number 35. Carl Cunningham of the Stronamati cycling team. Does a little bit of work to close that gap down, and it's even smaller now, all within striking distance. Gallagher now doing a pull on the back straight. Gives room for Wyatt Paul, the rider from Waterline Racing. Can he close this down? He looks like he might be in a position to maybe shorten this gap just a bit. And at 5 to go, I got a bell. $25 to lead the lap at 5 to go. $25. Is anybody going to go from the field yet? Or are they going to get this to the 2 leaders? $25 to lead the lap. The field says, okay, you guys have earned this one. Galen Erickson, that might have been enough to encourage him to try to hold on to this lead a little bit longer. In fact, the field's sitting above the blue line. Are they going to let him ride away from him now? This is dangerous. Galen Erickson has great solo ability, great grit. He can finish a race like this if no one's going to come chase him down. Erickson still on the ride at 4 to go. 25 more bucks. Is he going to be done at this point? The field trying to take a gamble here a little bit. Erickson might want to keep rolling, though. Here comes Danielson trying to hold on to that acceleration from Erickson. And here comes the rest of the field. Gallagher starting to smell some blood in the water. He takes his own jump at it. The rider from Jerry Baker Jr. is now on his pursuit, hitting the back straight in good speed as he comes around the rest of the field, hitting turn 3 in good acceleration. He'll catch Danielson here quickly. Oh, this is going to be a fast catch coming up to the leader. No problemo for the youngster. They're going to be seeing 3 to go, hitting the home straight. Erickson losing a bit of ground here as here comes Gallagher. He's fresh out of the field. He hasn't been doing all these pulls. He hasn't been down here on his own. He might be able to close this race down in a solo effort. He's calculating now. He's looking around. Maybe he'll sit on this wheel for just a second. 2 riders off the front now. It's Gallagher and Erickson joining forces just for a moment. They went head-to-head just a few weeks back in a beautiful format, the International Omnium. Came down to that final race and final laps between these two. Gallagher looking over his shoulder to see how Erickson responding here. 2 to go. Erickson will jump the wheel. He's going to try to keep this race interesting. Rest of the field now watching. Here comes another jump from the field. Number 33 up and out. Here comes Colin Gibson of the Keller Rohrbach Cycling Team. Don't forget Rohrbach's here as well. Number 33, Gibson, another fast finisher. Trying to launch his own action here. Can he get up to the leaders quick enough? Both riders coming up high. They don't see Gibson coming. Here he goes. He's in his position. He's already at top speed. Can anybody respond to Colin Gibson with this big move? He's rolled out of position. It's 1 to go. Put your hands together for Gibson. Here comes Gallagher trying to counter. Number 7 accelerating as well. Gibson versus Gallagher and Erickson. The bell's ringing for the rest of the field. Mario Sandoval, number 2, on the front of it for Premier Racing. Now also trying to catch down on this field. But we now watch the finishers on the back straight. It's going to get messy in turn 3. Look out, riders. Here they come. Gibson in the sprinters lane, hitting a few of our trailing riders now. Here comes Gallagher trying to get on the wheel. He has the acceleration. The junior trying to get up to the wheel and slingshot around Gibson. It's going to be Gibson and Gallagher. Gallagher has enough to close it down. Number 7. Your victor for the Jerry Baker Juniors, number 33. Colin Gibson makes a great move, picking up the 2nd place finish. And that was a fast race, my friends. My goodness. That was some fantastic action to see here at the Velodrome on a Friday night. Riders will come out onto the warm-up circle as they finish their race after their final lap. We got a few more riders coming through. Open women, please stand still here for just a moment longer. We'll bring you out as soon as we're clear. Let's see, do we have some fans here tonight? Put your hands together for the Cat 1-2 man. Let's hear it. Great opening here tonight. Let's bring our next field up to the rail. Open 1, 2, 3 women to the rail for the scratch race. Open women, I've got 2 preems for your field as well. Thanks to Surge for throwing in a $20 cash preem. And check this out, a pair of 100% glasses as well. Merch preem also in the race. You're going to get 2 bells from me, cash and merchandise in the scratch race tonight for the open women. Lap card showing 15 for this scratch race. Same rules apply as you just saw from the first field tonight. Scratch distance of 15. We'll get the bell at 1 to go. We're still not quite ready to call those Kiddie Kilo participants. We will let you know. It's coming up quick, though. Our youngsters getting ready here soon. We hope you're enjoying the show here tonight. We're here every single Friday night at 7 o'clock for Friday night racing as long as the weather holds up for us. You can always check on our socials to get updates in case you think maybe the weather might lead to some cancellation. We got lots of Kiddie Kilos coming up as summer's coming in and school's out. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for the youngsters. And if you can't make it out to the Velodrome, you still want to support us, we're streaming live right now on our YouTube channel. You can get the link at velodrome.org/live. It would help us out if you could grab that link, share it with friends and family, let them know you're here enjoying great racing. And the sound of the whistle. Racing's underway. The open women category on their way for 15 laps. Look out for number 125. Ruth Tomko has come on nice and strong here to start. I watched some great preseason racing from them, and they come in here to start this opening lap right away, to establish a little bit of position to open things up. One of our junior competitors for the Jerry Baker Jr. team. This field's going to be doing something kind of similar. The first couple laps are typically a speed up time. We got a little bit of time to kind of work some laps down, feel each other out, and get this thing settled in. Here comes Coach Amari Edwards at the front. The Team Mama Bears jersey. Former team member, assistant coach, and all-around helpful. There's Staley number 103. Riding for the Rice University colors of blue, comes to the front. We're going to be taking their 200-meter pulls here around the Velodrome. It's about a half lap or so is a pretty average pull for these riders. You see as they hit the hill, they can use the geography there, the topography, I should say, probably more accurately, to roll up the hill, get a little natural slowing, and then when they're ready to reinsert themselves into the lineup, they turn left, use the hill, and then re-accelerate right back into the group. If you take a quick look at these bikes, if you're new to watching track racing, do take a look. You will not see any brakes, and these riders cannot coast. They are using direct drives, so anything they can get any help from the hill, they're very helpful for their control. Speaking of these direct drive bikes, this unique kind of experience here at the track, this is a fantastic place to learn to race. Our riders here, of course, many of them starting as members of one of our classes or our camps. You can sign up for an adult class, which is a great weekend 4-hour opportunity to learn the basics of racing, all the safety that goes on here, and of course get a chance to actually ride on one of these fixed gear bikes. You can sign up for one of those adult classes online at velodrome.org. You can also head there to check out the junior camps. Still spots available, week-long camps during the summer months for our young riders to come out here ages 10 and up. For our junior riders, 9 years old can be allowed with certain permissions. We've got bikes here for them too. That's right, we got a great rental fleet for the adults and the junior starters that our riders can use during those classes and can continue to race on and rent for the beginning of their career. So check it all out online at velodrome.org, and you can sign up for an adult or junior class right through the website in the comfort of your home. Our riders kind of continue to work on these laps right now and rotating through their efforts at the front. Another opportunity to maybe find a new vantage point or maybe head over to our food truck partners right behind the grandstands. We got 314 Pies serving hot and savory pies ready to serve right now on demand. They've also got some sweet treats for you, apple pies and the likes. Right next door, it's Two Bums serving the shaved ice treats. Perfect way to cool off here tonight on what is a beautiful, comfortable evening here in the park. But enjoying some beautiful racing here tonight. That first race, what a way to open things up. And now the women are starting to get ready for their big speed as they continue to count down the laps. They know they've got a couple of bells coming as well. So I know the sprinters are thinking in their heads, I don't want to give away too much too early here. Got to work for those preems. $20 to lead at 10 to go. $20 to lead at 10 to go. Our thanks again to Superfan Surge out there checking in. You can subscribe to and give us a super chat to give some money to a rider, or just to donate if you want to do it that way. You can get a shout out on the stream. Why not? Surge, one of our athletes and riders here, away for the weekend, but still tuning in to support, wants to see things going on. Sometimes our riders will do that, or they're here and they're racing, they'll still throw in the love and tune in on the stream. There's lots of ways to get involved. I see him. That's why I kind of changed the narrative midway. Here comes a sprint for the first payout, and it's one of our Portland riders. Number 109 is Hillary Luther. The speedster up the 105, or the I-5 coming up here, and wow, she's been putting on some good efforts as well. Hillary Luther with our first cash prize here for the Open Women. That's right, you can tune in. Serge is telling us a lesson. He's saying if you're here, you can even tune in. If you got a question, you can come onto the live stream. We're watching it. We'll answer your questions. Shout outs for our riders and racers also available For those that are here in person, velodrome.org/live. Just scroll down a ways and you'll see it there. Off the front is number 101 and 109. 101 is wearing the leader's jersey right now. Our Vi-13 leader's jersey on the back of Annette Williams. Riding for the Center Cycles team. One of the blue teams out here. Has a teammate in the field as well behind her. And it looks like our two leaders gained a bit of speed here, and as they've been joined by a few more riders, as this will now essentially be the main group out here. Everybody else kind of straggling behind this group of 6 at 7 to go. There's Luther again on the front. Another leader's jersey in the field. I believe that's going to be for our junior rider out of the mix here, as Scoville with the orange helmet there at the front. Pulls up to the Stanley sign and lets things kind of reset themselves for a moment as our riders will hold on above the blue line. This might let some of our riders that fell off the pace find their way back up into this one. We'll see at 6 to go what'll happen next year. Center Cycles wants to get the speed going again. Number 113 is Catherine Wade Easley. Coming at us from Woodinville, Washington, and a regular here at our track, trying to get this thing rolling again. Wade Easley caught pretty quickly on the back straight, re-accelerated the group, but it's coming back together again. But again, one stronger as Wade Easley joins in on this now. They all sit above the blue line, allowing most of our riders to rejoin. Riding well above the blue line here at 5 to go. Luther, the pack, happy to follow her speed. She demonstrated in that sprint what she's capable of, and many times as she come up here and shown our Seattle area riders what she can do here. Everybody's just going to follow her wheel. That's Kelly Darlene coming to the front for a moment. Here's Rue Tomko at 4 to go. We've got 100% glasses on the line. First across the line for some new merchandise. Who wants them? New merchandise first across the line. And all the kids are like, who's going to go? Who's going to go? There's a bit of hesitation here in the field. What about Darlene sitting in the front? Come on, you're paying for books and tuition. This is your chance to get a new set of cool sunglasses. How could you not? Still waiting, the field holding on for a bit. Here comes our Portland rider trying to pick up a little bit more value. Can anybody stop Luther? Nobody's even going to jump it. Here goes Luther once again, just picking up on the goods today. Luther, 3 to go. Picks up the goods, merchandise, and the cash today. Number 109, first across the line. She will be smart with this one. She's going to sit above the blue line. It might have been the time to just go, go, go. She's strong. She could have maybe pulled that out, but she'll let the field kind of come up to her underneath. This will give her a wheel to sit on and recover after that effort. She's just got about 2.5 laps now, pardon me, as she hits the back straight. 200 to go on this lap. Sitting nice and high, inviting that field to catch her. Two to go. Westover, one of our Jerry Baker Jr. riders, number 111, trying to sneak away off the front. The field giving her a little bit of room here as the youngster makes an acceleration down to the back straight. Staring down is Danny Scoville, the rider in the orange helmet right behind her. There's Luther again. Annette Williams, the leader's jersey for the open 1, 2, 3 women field. Watching this move from Charlotte. Bell's ringing, it's 1 to go. Westover on the front right now. It's a Jerry Baker Jr. leading out the action. Luther in pursuit will set up to the blue line. She recognizes she's got Annette Williams on her wheel. And one thing you want to be careful of is Williams watching that back wheel and following you all the way to that finish line. She's going to try to play it smart and ride it right to the last minute. Scoville is on a good acceleration, though, hitting turn 3. It's Scoville pulling away from Luther. The junior looking like she's got a good turn of speed here. Luther kind of watching Williams. Williams watching Luther. There goes Scoville for the big win on the scratch race. It's Scoville looking strong here tonight. Here comes Williams to close things down and hold on to her leader's jersey as well. 101 and 102 continue to look nice and strong here tonight. Of course, our points race will be the featured race this evening for that leader's jersey. But nonetheless, these two leaders continue to show what they are good for. Winning races. Scoville and Williams coming across the line 1 and 2. Next group up to the rail, Cat 3 men for the scratch race.
And this is the official call. Kiddie Kilo riders, it is time to start staging. Kiddie Kilo riders, grab your bike, yourself, your helmet. We're going to start staging. There is a lot of you. The Kiddie Kilo riders, grab your bike, your helmet, and let's line you up.
One more field here tonight for the scratch race. You heard the call. It's time for the Kiddie Kilo riders to go get set up. Head over in the direction that you signed up. Over towards the table. We'll get you lined up for the Kiddie Kilo coming up next. The Cat 3 is going out for the scratch race. It's a 15-lap event. Another chance here before the racing starts. Visit our friends at 314 Pies and 2 Bums for a quick refresh or a little bit of food if you're looking for that. Also, short line over at the Beverage Garden. Post Stock Brewing and Locust Ciders. Started right here in the Seattle area. In fact, the first tasting room was in Woodinville. Locust Ciders has kind of become a pretty big name across the country. We can find it now as far away as Texas as they've grown to be a big brand. They deliver fresh, crisp, and delicious combinations of flavors under that whole creative umbrella of ciders. Come check them out along with our friends at Postock Brewing tonight in the Beverage Garden. All purchases help support the racing programs here at the Velodrome. Sound of the whistle means racing's underway. 15 to go. Like I said, I assumed the riders might have been tuning in from afar. Serge Malikian, one of our great riders here in the Cat 3s, but he's right there. He's with the riders in the field, is supporting his other athletes. He's got that black jersey with the white helmet down the sprinter's lane about 5 wheels back. That's right, the riders will tune into the live stream just to kind of check out the action, and so can you. Kind of fun to see the views from the field sometimes as you can get the action cameras that are only available through our YouTube. Try to get at least one per field if we can out there to get the view inside of the action. Our thanks again to Serge for making things a bit more fun tonight and taking advantage of the YouTube super chats. At 14 to go, our field getting ready for what will be another fun scratch race here as they continue to work down the laps in the early parts here. Kiddie Kilo coming up here next. Riders do get all set up and ready to go. Bring your bike, bring your helmet. Make sure that number is posted clearly so we know you signed up correctly. We're going to get you organized by age. So if you're a younger rider, you will go to the front. One of our older riders, you're going to be more towards the back. We'll get you all organized. Again, riders with a Kiddie Kilo, come on over towards the area where you signed up. We got lots of you, and we want to get organized for tonight. 13 to go here in the race. The field's still kind of sitting together. Looks like we got some of our members from the Epic Racing team. So some of the youth from Portland. It's a Portland day. We've got riders coming up frequently from our friends down south, and Team Epics always shows up and puts on a show here in the Cat 3s. Keep your eyes on them. That's going to be a couple of the riders midfield right now. See if I can pick out a few of the number riders for you as they come on by. They're going to be seeing 12 to go. Mike Westover in the front there with the green and blue of the Talk of Time Racing team. Number 326 is the rider in front for the Epic team right now, and he's going to cover this attack from Westover here as he brings one of his buddies with him. It's Jack Hampson doing the work first to try to catch. Looks to be Keegan Fairbanks, one of the local junior riders, number 333, who's put on some good shows here early in the season. Trying to also match in on the effort. Still Westover on the front. Now here comes a sort of a counterpunch from Justin Pryor of the Keller Rohrbach Racing team, saying what his buddy did, the Cat 1-2's Colin Gibson, during that exciting scratch race. He thinks he can put on some good speed early in the scratch race instead of waiting for the end. Try to make this hard on the rest of the riders showing up here, thinking that this might just be a fast one at the end. Pryor certainly one coming with some good experience from the road, has a lot of good distance on his legs. He's going to try to make that a factor today. Jack Hampson, Team Epic, continuing to be active at the front, also feeling like he's got some good pace here. He's able to hold on for several laps. So he's going to try to go out the front and as well create the situation where if you can't keep up now, you're out. Time to go pack up, wait for the next race. And this is sort of creating this pressure between the front and the back half of the field now. As you can see, we have this bit of a break where the back half sort of getting themselves organized. Looks like Dyna Racing trying to do some work to maybe bring this thing back a bit closer now. Crossing the finish line at 9 to go is Hampson and the rest of this lead group. Coming on the home straight here at 8 to go. Our lead group kind of gathering up here, but might be about to be one stronger as it looks like Conrad Mayer of the Dyna Racing team makes a very strong effort to bridge here. The next closest rider is number 306, Jordan Green, trying to also bridge just under the Greg Cycle sign right now, all alone as he makes his way in the direction of the lead group. We have the trailing riders. We got our single bridging rider, and then, of course, our pack coming out of turn 4. As we continue to watch them hitting the home straight. There's Surge on the front now at 7 to go. This is sort of settled in as they've kind of thinned the field a little bit. If you made the break, you get a chance to kind of gather yourself a little bit at this moment and prepare for the next effort near the end of the race.
And hey, Corey, tuning in here from Kiddie Kilo land, we have over 100 kids signed up, which is absolutely insane. We're the biggest kids to the littlest kids last. The big kids are going to go first. We're going to have many, many groups, and the push bikes will be last. So push bikers, you will be last. Big kids to little kids, but yes, over 100 kids, which is amazing. And we're going to cheer super loud for every single one. It's going to be fabulous. Corey, back to this race.
Awesome. Over 100. The thing is that the fans during all like the adult races are like, yes, wonderful racing here in Redmond. And then the kids take the track and it's like nothing but cheers and loud and crazy. It's a lot of fun. Kiddie Kilo, you heard it. We're going to be coming up with that very soon. The race right now is Serge Malikian on the front of the lead group. The bridging effort not making it up here. So essentially this group here is the race at this point. As they continue on the tempo, they are not going to let anybody back in at 5 to go. These 8 riders have already earned top 8 places. It's going to come down to how they play the next couple of laps. There's still an opportunity for someone like Snowbloom who comes to the front to maybe try to provide even a little bit more pain here before the final sprint. He's going to just maintain tempo, though, as our riders are going to continue to work their way towards the finish. Conrad Mayer, the rider who made that big jump, he's still doing work here. Comes to the front, is pulling the group through. They do not want to risk getting caught here, so at this point, they're just going to keep on it. 4 to go, your front 8. Mayer followed by Pryor. You saw number 310 make that big move earlier. Kind of started this whole cascade events where riders kind of coming out of the field trying to hold on to Pryor's attack. Now that's how we find ourselves in the current situation with these 8 riders together off the front. And really this is kind of now the group, as so I should say. The rest of the riders are off the back as our group. This is now going to be our main group of riders, the peloton, so to speak, out here on the Velodrome. 8 riders together coming into the final lap, seeing 3 to go. Now you'll see them recognizing their situation. They can kind of sit a bit wide. It's more about positioning. It's about getting ready for the jump. Pryor says, I can't wait till the end. I got to keep this thing fast. He hits the front, and he's up and out of the saddle a little bit. Snowbloom right behind him. He's just going to try to kind of gradually bring the bike up to power as he watches the riders behind him a bit for just a moment. Pryor not even looking back. He's just going to try to make it quick here, knowing he's only got 3 laps to go. He comes around the corner. He's going to be seeing 2 on the cards. Just a couple of bike lengths separating him and the rest of the field. 2 to go. Put your hands together. Cat 3s. 2 to go. Who's going up next? Team Epic trying to make the move. Here comes Hampson, number 326. Snowbloom off of the effort will pull away. It's a couple of the Team Epic riders. Keegan Fairbanks looking around saying what's going to happen here. Here comes Serge Malikian up on the side as well. Now here comes Hampson to the front. He takes over the lead spot, and he's just going to keep driving. He's got good power here. The kid came with some good speed. It's going to be about an 800-meter effort for Hampson. Can he hold on? Some of the riders in the field trying to catch up to him, but this is a good move. Team Epic still on the front at 1 to go. 1 to go. The pursuit from Malikian, number 399. He's trying to get this thing back up there. Keegan Fairbanks is right there in the slipstream of Serge Malikian. He might be able to launch this rocket and see if the kid can get up there. Malikian still coming down the back straight. He's also got another one of the juniors as Gavin's ready to go. From the team Epic, here comes the finish around the corner. It's still Hampson. He's got a big gap. Gavin wants to try to go catch it, but I think Hampson's already got this thing locked down. Hampson with a fantastic 800-meter effort finishes out in great power and style. Gavin, his teammate right behind him, number 324, happy about the finish, makes a nice jump over for the quick finish. He's happy for his teammate, though, as he gives him the fist all the way right by him, congratulating Hampson for a fantastic race, and the riders will make their exit on the back straight.
And that's a perfect segue to the Kiddie Kilo, because first, second, and third were all juniors. So it's proof that you one day can race here on the big show as well.
And it's the moment we've been waiting for. The Kiddie Kilo coming onto the track in just a moment. Look out, it's going to be crazy. We got over 100 kids, they say, lined up over there. The big one starting first. The last one is going to be the push bike derby. Look out, it is going to be a blast. Come on down to the start line, kids.
Down here towards me. Down here. Down here.
All the way down. There you go.
Use the brakes, though. There we go. Let's get them all lined up. Teddy, come on down. All right, important. I know you're the big bikes and you're the fast bikes, but let's stay on the flat section. You got one lap, and then you can cruise around on the grass. That's totally fine. So I'm going to ask you if you're ready, and I want to hear a really loud yell, like, yeah, okay? Are you ready? Yeah! That was solid. Here we go. One lap. Ready, set, go!
You only get one chance to cheer, folks. Make some noise. It's one to go for the kids. The big bike's showing up first. Stay down to your left. Stay down to your left. All the way to the left. Not the right, your other left. The one that's low down there. Oh, man, number 95, testing gravity. They all got to do it. They're like, the big kids can do it. I can, too. Still riding it. Like a pro.
There's some very big kids in there. Look at Sneak the back rider. Who's that?
Oh. I think that might be a Jamie. Getting on one of the frog bikes I see. Does he have enough work to do riding in the Cat 1-2s tonight? My goodness.
I know this. I think we have a couple racer kids coming in. Let's give a round of applause. And let's make sure we get everyone into the grass. Help kind of create a little wedge down there. Yep, into the grass. You can ride on the grass. He is still on the track up there. It's so much funner up there. All right, all the way. Keep going. I'm going to get run over, though. There we go. Into the grass. I think we're going to have a photo finish here for last place. Watch for the bike throws.
Of the two Dyna kits, I think the gray one might have been a bit more camo there, Nolan. Good choice. Good choice. Trying to sneak in there. Okay, here comes our next group coming up to the line. Everybody down to the low part of the track, all the way down. Down to the safe part. That's right. All the way down to the lowest part, please.
All right, once again, I'm going to ask, are you ready? And I want to hear a really loud, yeah. You got one lap. Are you ready? Yeah! Wonderful. Here we go. Ready, set, go. One lap.
One to go. One to go.
The juniors are playing chicken with the children.
Look at the zoomer over there in turn 2. My goodness. Speaking of turn 2, I see two folks on turn 2 making lots of noise for the kids going by. Where's turn 1 at? Come on now. Let's hear some noise. Wow. Speedy first finish. My goodness. Put your hands together there. Let's hear it for our kids coming across the line. Come on now. Ladybug helmet. Very much in style this year, I hear. Ooh, standing across the finish line. Always good. Always good.
All right, keep those cheers coming. We got a few more here. Keep them coming all the way to the line.
One more time, let's hear that beverage garden. Where you guys at? Put your hands together. Come on now. Let's hear it. A couple more finishers hitting the finish line here. Nicely done. Especially the run-along camera duties there from Dad. Gotta love that. Down low, down low. All the way down to the bottom. Go to your left. All the way down the track. Go left, go down the track. Down to the start line. All the way down. Very good, very good.
We got one lap. This third, fourth, I don't know what group we're on. Are you ready? All right, it was delayed, but it was there. Here we go. Ready, set, go! One whole lap. All right, we got our first couple here in this next group. Give them a round. They're coming in hot. All the way to the finish. All the way to the finish. It's going to be a photo finish. Woo!
Oh, nice work.
All right, once you're done, exit into the grass.
See, this is the first group to take advantage of the warm-up circle shortcut.
Oh, that's the pro move.
That's
Through
well analyzed.
The warm-up circle.
Well analyzed. It's the same color as the rest of the way around. Might as well.
Get the next group down here. This is the hardest part. We got to use brakes right here. Use your brakes right here. Stop, 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 stop. Nope, missed one. Stop. The pushback brakes are the hardest. All right, we got our next mega group. One whole lap. Are you ready? Yeah! Ooh, this group wins. Here we go. Ready, set, go! Someone jumped the gun, too. False start. That's okay. Keep going. One to go.
Start it up.
Lots of ways to get involved here at the track. Of course, the Kiddie Kilo, a great way to introduce our youngest riders to this fun place to ride your bike. Lots of ways for juniors to get involved, and we think Jerry Baker will be looking down on us thinking this is a pretty cool thing we're still doing. Over 100 kids now, the future of sport in our area, coming out and joining us. If you knew Jerry Baker, you knew he was all about bringing people here to the track. He supported this community for so many years. That's why we remember this place in his name. And part of that mission has always been young riders coming out to the Velodrome. This is a great and safe place to learn your bike. Whether you just want to become more active or if you want to learn the skills of track racing, the Velodrome is the place to be.
Oh, we got another photo finish here.
Whoa.
Coming
Overtaken on the
down.
home straight. What a finish.
Oh, there we go. Nice work. We got a huge pack coming out of here. 4 here. They're all riding straight lines.
Ooh.
Woo, look at this.
Gotta go give your business card to a few of these kids.
True. I think they're riding straighter than some of our racers.
Yeah. There it is.
I had to do it.
Got him. We got him, folks.
I'm also one of the racers, though, so it's okay.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yep. Okay, we got a few more in this group. There's just endless amounts of children. We're going to try to keep the people that finished in the infield if we can.
All the way on the grass, kids.
Just
Keep on
crowd
going.
management.
Yep, thank you. You know who's getting really ready over there? They probably have some pre-made ones. There's going to be 2 bums, let me tell you. The shaved ice ready to serve. Maybe a couple of apple or peach pies. That'll be good after a fun lap around the track. You know what I'm saying? Couple more fun finishers here. Here we go. Help them out, folks. Here they go. Almost over across the line. Keep it going. Keep it going.
All right, we get our next group. We're trying to go rapid fire here with over 100 kids. This is fabulous. All right, use those brakes, though. Use the brakes. It's okay. I'm a professional bike catcher.
Oh, got to keep the kids on the grass, though. Careful. Got a couple coming up and out. That might be dangerous. Down into the grass. Thank you.
So we have another fast 1 whole lap. Are you ready? All right, it was there. It was there. Here we go. Ready, set, go!
I think you might have gotten a similar response to the question of are you ready if you said, what city are we in? What day of the week is it?
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on here.
Pretty impressive.
There's a ton of people here to cheer on the kids. There's lots of kids. Parents are all over the place. It's crazy town. How young can the kids sign up for junior camp, Coach?
We have a few. We could use some more, though. So, yeah, if you have a 9-year-old that's out here, that's like, this is really cool. We have a summer camp, half day, full week, coming up once school ends, so 2 or 3 weeks. If this looks cool, we have bikes, sign up, half day camps. This is a really great way to get started. It is the way to get started in track cycling. It's how all of our Jerry Baker juniors got started. Definitely, if you have like a 9-year-old or a very tall 8-year-old, talk to us. Look at velodrome.org. Oh, here comes our first finishers. These ones are fast all the way.
Quick work around the track here. Both feet off. Look at that stylish finish.
All right, all the way into that grass.
Ooh, man. Styling.
Yes, if you have some older kids, I saw some pretty big kids in that first group. You should definitely think about signing up for camp.
Great chance while the kids are going around and we're getting set for the Cat 1-2s to come back to the track soon for their missing out. Maybe to grab a new vantage point on your way, picking up some food, some treats. Maybe come into the beverage garden, reward yourself for a long, hard work week. It's a beautiful night. Every purchase goes to support the Velodrome. And, of course, if you're out there on the live stream, perfect chance to hit that thumbs up. Give us the love, folks. We're working hard here to bring a good production to you. Hopefully you appreciate it. It's as easy as scrolling down. Hit that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment if you'd like to. Jump over into that chat. Give somebody a shout out or let you know what you're loving here today. We love the fact we've got over 100 youths, the future of sport in our area, coming out here today, enjoying the bike, putting smiles on faces and reminding us it's supposed to be a lot of fun. We're going to bring out yet another crew here in just a second. We got a couple more groups to bring out. Don't want to miss the push bike group. Oh, man. Push bike derby coming up soon.
Like I said, we are intermixing. We got lots of people. This group, I need to hear really loud, Gus. Are you ready?
Yes.
You said yes. Here we go. One lap. Ready, set, go!
Lots of events that go on here at our Velodrome throughout the summer months. It's a busy place when we are in race season. If you want to keep up to date about all the events going on here, including those junior camps Amara was mentioning, if you want to check out an adult camp opportunity or just look at our general race schedule, head to velodrome.org/calendar. You can actually pick up links that allow you to subscribe them to your personal calendars to let you know exactly what's going on here. Again, the website, velodrome.org/calendar, a great place to head if you're looking for our events. Another sprint here on the home straight. Look at this. 2 riders up. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Look at this sprint. Oh, it's head-to-head. What a great finish. Wow, look at that. They were going for it. That was fun. A couple more finishers here still coming around. Of course, the back half of the track is covered with the young riders.
And I have exciting news. Push Bike Derby is next.
Woo!
So once we get a few more people in, we're going to start lining up our push bikers way down in corner 4, and they get to do the straightaway. It is a blast. All right, we got another big group finishing here all the way to the line safely into the grass. It's a little busy over there right now. So many of them.
Yeah, keep clearing space, kids. Clear the space at the grass. Thank you. We got more finishers coming in. Another 10 or so making their way around the Velodrome, maybe even more than that. Thank you. Gotta love the full run around the track effort, too, from the Ma's and Pa's following the kids. The support team following them all the way around. All right, training wheels and everything. Fantastic.
All right, so we're going to get the push bikers to follow me up here. We're going backwards right now, push bikers. Going backwards on the track.
Take a straight left there. There you go. To the left. Stay nice and high, and we'll get you lined up down there. Stay all the way to the left, close to the rail. Stay away from our racers that are finishing. Thank you. Excellent. To the left. Yes, to the left. If we could still have a little bit more clearance coming into the infield. We've got more kids coming. Just want to make sure it's nice and safe. Thank you. It's going to take over the entire track, so we need to be clear here, kids. And some early push bikers. That's good. That's good. Nice job. To the left, push bikers. The other way. Keep on going. We know it's hard. Left versus right. I'm still working on it. Perfect. The infield looks nice and safe now. Thank you. We're going to have a lot of kids coming in here soon. The push bike derby going to take over the whole track here in a matter of moments.
I am fairly certain there are more push bikers than racers. This is absolutely insane. So push bikers and associated parents, we're only going the straightaway, and then we're going to mass exit out of here. We're going straightaway, trying to go nice straight lines, just like our racers. I have people already starting. Push bikers, you're ready. You're already ready. Here we go. Ready, set, go! Everybody cheer!
Here they come. Which way they go, nobody knows. Whoa.
I said we're going the straightaway.
Good job. Yes, follow the guidance of the juniors. They know what to do. Down to the left, down towards the grass. Clear the way, moms and paws, all the kids. Here they come. It's a flood of the youth. To your left, to your left. Ooh, good save, good roll. Down to the left. Good job, good job. Wow. Way to go. Got to stop the kids. They're going to go take another lap. We can't have that. We got to stop them. We're got to get them out. We're not taking another lap.
Yep, we have.
Got to get in front of your kids. No lap here, folks. Just the straightaway.
All right, so now, yes, we are going to mass exit either through the way you came, or you can lift your bike over the rail here on the home straight. We have stickers over at the table that you signed up at. Stickers at the table. Let's get everybody out.
Riders, come on out. Families, thank you so much. Come on out. Follow the way you came in, or you can jump the rail along the home straight. All families, kids, Kiddie Kilo participants, exit along the home straight.
This might have been a record.
It has to be. Push bikers on the back straight. We're really trying to encourage you to exit to your left as soon as you can. It's not a full lap. Thank you. We're trying to get our next race started. Everybody off. Thank you.
You could also exit on the backstretch. Just jump the rail.
That's true. There's many ways.
Jump the rail. Just don't go into the beer garden, kids, but any other spot. Just head over the track. You are good at this point. Once again, we have stickers over at the booth that you signed up at. We have Kiddie Kilo stickers. Once again, we'll do our next Kiddie Kilo in 2 weeks. And then after that, I actually think it's weekly. I think we're just Kiddie Kilo season at that point. So let's go and get everyone off the track. Our 1-2 men are going to be next, and they're being super patient.
A lot of push bike folks not following the straight rule. That's okay. We'll get them off eventually.
Right, like I said, if you're at the gate here, try to move all the way through. If you're on the backstretch, go and jump the fence. Just head over. There we go.
Thank you, everybody.
Just jump the fence. Oh, we got Carolyn back there navigating people. Perfect. Jump the fence. It's a lovely walk around. If you've not walked all the way around the track, I suggest doing it. It's very fun. All right, keep on moving out of the track. And then make sure you stick around and watch racing.
The Cat 1-2s are like ready to jump up for this elimination. Look out, missing out technically. Hey, how about this, folks? I know we got a lot of the fans right now in the infield, but how about everybody put our hands together for all the Kiddie Kilo moms and paws and kids? A record night. Thank you for joining us. My goodness. We're just doing our final cleanup here for the Kiddie Kilo. You can see our riders are getting set to start the next race. We have a series of missing outs coming up. This is a good one to get in the beverage garden for, by the way. It's a great view as the riders come up for their efforts to try to stick in one more lap. You can jeer and cheer loudly right before they get eliminated at the line. It's always a good place to be. That's right, the beverage garden pouring pints of Postdoc Brewing and Locust ciders. You can feel double good about your purchase. Not only do you get to enjoy the delicious beverage, but also every purchase supports racing here. That's right, thanks to our sponsors from Postdoc and Locust Ciders. You, too, can help support us with the purchase in the beverage garden here tonight. Also, our thanks to Stanley, our partners providing our reusable, beautiful stainless steel cups. Keeps your hands nice and free from the chill, keeps your drink cold, and of course looks good while you drink. Our friends from Stanley helping us reduce our waste. So thanks once again to our partners at Stanley. I bet the line over at Two Bums is getting pretty long there, but good time to pick up some cold treats as well as we get further along in our evening. 314 Pie is serving up some savory hot and ready pies. Chicken pot pie, they got lamb, they've got the beef, cheddar, and mushroom. That's a fantastic combo. And of course, merchandise also available on your way out if you want to support the Velodrome and wear our logo around. It's a pretty swanky looking logo. Pick up a JBMV shirt, sweatshirt, or any other item with our logo on it today over at the table right next to the Kiddie Kilo signups. You heard it from Amara. Next Kiddie Kilo, 2 weeks away. Our Friday night regular racing series continues on, but we were going to be spacing it out a little bit here for the first couple of weeks. Oh, man, here we go. We're almost there. There's the signal. Here they come. Look out. They're coming. Over the rail, over the rail. They're running. The missing out. It's very important to get up onto the rail quickly. Racing about to resume here for the Cat 1-2s. It's a missing out race that you do not want to miss out on. Get a good spot along the rail. Check out the action. Our riders getting set to start here. They're going to get some instructions at the rail. We'll make sure we have our total numbers counted, and we'll get them underway under the neutral here in just a moment. And there's the whistle. We're underway with what will be the fastest neutral of the night. Our big group, 28 competitors here getting into this neutral. Very important to get position. This is going to be a fast one right away. You'll see this all the way around the lap. And thanks for Greg for tuning in and checking in on the live stream. It's our pleasure to bring the production your way. Thank you for being a supporter and a follower here on our channel. Racing going really great tonight, and this is going to be a race to watch with a great field here tonight. That scratch race was one I think I might have to go back and rewatch myself. With the sound of the whistle, every time around now, the last rider across will get eliminated. Not on this lap. So you're going to want to watch that last wheel as they cross the finish line. That's going to be the determination. I might be a little bit off mic before we do that, as it's both my duty to announce the action to our fans, as well as it's my job to announce clearly to the riders if I can do so, their number and their name so they know who's eliminated every lap.
Oh, we have someone coasting. That's never a good sign on a track bike.
That's not allowed.
Yep, just ride that out, Austin. Solid. This is going down to 5 riders, Corey. 5 riders.
Down to 5 riders in the missing out. Very good. $18, Grinsel. There's your first call. That also was the last lap there. We had a bit of a mishap on the bike, but that's still going to count as the elimination. So we've lost 2 so far. Watch towards the back here, as that's going to be a lot of movement. Kenny Williams knows it's coming. The rider in blue will get himself up into position as he comes through turn 4, no problem. Watch kind of the middle back part of the group now, looking down low at coefficient of speed. 22 does get the call. 22, Martinez. In a tough spot in the middle in the back, nowhere to move. Here comes another elimination. A big field. We got to work our way down to 5 before they get the free lap. Hands up. 35 raising his hand. I might have heard a little bit of clicking action as he went by there as well. 35. Cunningham. Dyna Racing might have thought it might have been him. Is that Jamie Park trying to get back up there? I think it is. Still early enough in the race. He might be able to recover from this. That's a big effort to get back on, but he will do so. Probably carry his momentum right into turn 4. Should be safe if he can carry it here. And let's see what happens next as we flatten out here into the elimination. 13 is Siegel for the Waterline Racing Team. Continue to work our way down here. Plenty of laps and lots more of eliminations to go. Actually going to be here at the front. Kind of interesting. Colin Gibson wants to work his way up to the front. He's going to take over the lead. Wants to reestablish the tempo a little bit here. Back to the back now. Oh, 30, Park. Right idea, just not quite early enough. Park will come out. It was him versus Williams on the back end there, and it was awfully tight between the two of them, but Park, if he just had another half a meter, might have been able to hold on. Williams will stay in there, the rider in the blue with that blue helmet, riding in the back half of the field. All the way at the back end still. Going to go around the right-hand side and try to nip another rider here. Might not be enough that this time. He'll sit up. He knows it's coming. Number 12 gets his number called. Kenny Williams. All the way at the front. Again, Gibson has now parked himself there in that position. We got some of the other kind of tempo setters right there. I see Matty Hers, the coefficient of speed. Number 4 sitting right on his wheel. To his right is Andy Baker, number 8. And there's Merrick Gallagher, your winner of the first race. Kind of in that wedge formation about 4 back. The rider with the black-blue jersey and the red helmet. 36, Vern Cole. Been watching from afar for the last couple of weeks. Good to see Vern out here racing the bike. Gets found out here at the bottom of the track. Hiding amongst the pack, but not hiding well enough. Coalition Cycling kind of on the back end there. The rider with the white and the blue jersey. Oh, going to be leaving out a Dyna Racer, I think. 16 indeed. Scott Vincent. 16, Vincent. We're now down to about the size of a normal starting group for this field, going back to last year. So excited for what could be a very eventful Friday Night Racing Series for the Cat 1-2s, and we might be having a few more Cat 3s upgrading before the end of the season. Going to be fun racing all season long with this kind of showing. 26, Tomko. 26. Once again, down low. Not unusual here in this format. That's Andy Lynch with Coalition Cycling, the white with the blue at the back there, and sort of that red accent on his helmet. Fanning out, there's Lynch going over at the top side. Should be okay. Look down low. That's going to be 37. Ludo Max 37 for Beat Cycling. This race continues until there's 5 riders left. At that point, there's going to be basically a free lap for those 5 to kind of reestablish, gain a little bit of position, maybe slow off the pace just for a moment if they want to. But then they're going to be going for an all-out sprint for the top 5 positions. So it's almost an elimination down to the end. You just got to make it to the top 5, and then you sort of play the scratch race ending. Who's out next? 11 is Andy Lynch. Lynch, number 11. Down to 15 now. Basically halfway eliminated from where we started. After this elimination officially, we started with 28 competitors. This will be half of the field gone. 1 rider here. '15 is David Magidson. Look out for the leader's jersey in this group, too. I haven't talked much about him, but it looks like it's on the back of number 24, Sam Frigo. For the Coalition Cycling Team, he's wearing that Vi13 kind of purple and magenta-colored leader's jersey. This going to be kind of the Rider of the Year leader for this part of the season. Riders continue to gain points in the featured race on our program tonight. That'll be our points race. '19 is called officially. 19. Chip Chase. 19. Got 1 rider a little bit off the back. Darlene's looking around. He knows he's the last rider. He's got to accelerate. Center Cycle's trying to hold on. He won't quite make it. 29 gets the call. Darlene. Field getting a bit thinner here. A lot of the names that were active in that first scratch race still present, ready to rumble as we get on further on this race. It's going to get harder and harder to stay in at this point. The goal, top 5, so you can have a chance to sprint for the top 5 positions after the eliminations. Take a break. Haldy in a tough spot for single malt velo. He'll pull to the right. Might be able to pull someone else out of this race. Nolan Adams down low. Number 6 knows it's him. Diner Racing down the sprinter's lane. Caught that time. Down to 12. The rider in that pink and blue, Haldy. At the back end. A rider favorite is specializing in working on our wheels recently. Custom wheels coming his way. And, of course, a favorite of all the riders, a longtime supporter here at the track. He says, I got everything I got. It's time to be done. 34. Haldy's hand-built wheels there on the back of the jersey. Getting called this time. Now we're starting to see some rotations at the front as well. Here comes Galen Erickson. Ooh, a bit of a flick there from Frigo. Quick reaction from the riders as things fan out and then come back together again there. Look to the back for the next elimination. Kind of up high in the middle. Looks like it might be Coefficient of Speed. Number 4, it's hers. Maddie Hers, number 4. Top 10 now. Starting to get to some pretty good finishing positions. If they can hold on just a few more laps, they're in the top 5. Some critical laps coming up here. A lot of rotation going on. Gibson pushes past Danielson, the rider now at the back for the Waterline Racing Team. He has to re-accelerate on the right side. A lot of good action on the outside portion of the track right now. Coming down the home straight is Danielson. Have enough kick. He does not. 14, Danielson left out this time. It's Erickson riding next to our Fountain Cycling Guild rider, number 21, Carl Hofer near the front. There's Baker kind of sandwiched in the middle position. Look in the sprinter's lane. That's number 2, Mario Sandoval. Here comes Gibson now. Oh, pardon me. That's not going to be Gibson. That's number 20, Sandy Martin, coming up towards the front. The 10-speed hero team trying to take over the lead now a bit. Gibson trying to reposition. Looks like he can find it. He does. 21, Hofer. 21, Hofer. Quick movement there on the home straight as Gibson kind of flicks the bike around to the right, finds a hole and accelerates just enough. Good move here. Here comes a nice acceleration down the back straight, putting a bit of pressure on Wyatt Paul now, the rider from Waterline Racing. Off the pace just for a moment, but he finds a good acceleration here. Be just fine through the turn. Now look down low. Sandoval might be in a tough spot. Ooh, right down the middle. It's going to be tight. Whoa! It is Sandoval, number 2 at the bottom. Is Wyatt Paul able to get enough acceleration? Number 2, Sandoval. Getting down to it. 7 riders, 2 more eliminations before the missing out pause and then the big scratch finish for the 5 remaining. It's Wyatt Paul on the back end again. There's that leader's jersey, number 24, right in front of him. Paul trying to accelerate. Here he comes. Look down at the sprinter's lane. It'll be enough. 33, Gibson. And now we're to the final pull of the race. Last elimination. Riders going to be seeing 2 to go as they come around the corner. Here comes Mayor Gallagher rounding around the edge. Wyatt Paul in the back half starting to feel the pain. He looks down. 2 to go, 2 to go. Next time by, they're going to get the bell. These riders get sort of a no-pull lap, a free lap here for a moment. Your top 5, Andy Baker, number 8 at the front of the field right now. Merrick Gallagher right behind him. Galen Erickson, the rider in the white with the teal sleeves for Coalition. Andy Martin of the 10-speed hero team in the white with the black helmet is in there. And there's your season rider of the year leader so far, Sam Frigo of the Coalition cycling team in the magenta pink-colored Vi13 jersey. All gathered up in turn 4, about ready to unleash the final sprint effort. These 5 and the missing out have made it. 1 more to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Pick your favorite here now. This is going to be an intense one. Martin tries to take the first dive at it. He's going to open up a big attack here down through turn 1. Martin opens up a nice gap. Here comes Gallagher now in his counterpunch. This junior's got great finishing speed. He's going to try to catch up quickly. Down the back straight, we got a good acceleration still from Gibson. Putting on a good show here. Excuse me, Gibson. That's Martin off the front still. Martin putting in an effort. Martin coming around the corner. Can he hold on? Here comes Gallagher. Martin with the early attack will have enough. Andrew Martin, number 27, for a fantastic finish tonight. 10-speed hero. A little too quick for anyone to catch on. The field was sitting still, and he makes the jump across the finish line. Well played for Martin of the 10-speed hero team. Riders exit on the back straight. And our group is safe. Let's bring the next one up to the rail. Open women to the rail, please, for the missing out. 2 fantastic races of that group so far. My goodness. I'm gonna need to rest my voice tomorrow. Off we go for another quick neutral. Riders getting themselves together for another set of eliminations. In the missing out, we're going to go down, and there'll be that no-pull lap again, and then riders will sprint for those finishing positions. Missing out for the open women on the track now. On deck, missing out for the Cat 3 men. We will be pulling to 3 in the field, so Make sure we have a few more laps to work our elimination magic. The top three will sprint for the finish. And off we go for the missing out for the open women. Next time around, last rider is out of the race. Let's see. Based on how things went in that scratch race, our top three, we might be able to already start to predict, but this is going to be a different kind of race. One of the strong riders in this field coming right to the front right away, Hillary Luther, number 109. Could be an interesting one to watch here tonight. Showed some very good speed and overall endurance during the scratch, going for both of the preems, but wasn't at the front of the field for the overall finish. Might have spent a bit too much energy on those preems. Won't have to worry about that in this race, though, so Luther going to be certainly one to watch here tonight. Let's see who's on this first elimination. 201 down low. 201 is Sarah Lynch. We saw Scoville wearing the leader's jersey for those junior riders in the group, and the orange helmet near the back, as well as Annette Williams, another leader's jersey out there, and right at the front with the white helmet. Both of them coming across the line 1-2 in that scratch race. Also some riders to watch. See if they can make the break for 3. Come another elimination here. Whoa, the big effort right down the center. Won't be quite enough for Renna Fuller, another one of our Jerry Baker Juniors. 2-1-1. Fuller. Slightly longer race like this, a smart race too. Don't leave out Darlene from Rice University, a rider in blue, number 103. She's in second wheel right behind Hillary Luther. And Ruth Tomko, another one to watch, one of the Jerry Baker Junior riders. They came in on strong, number 125 to start the year. Let's see how their race goes tonight here. They got to get into the top 3 if you want to get those coveted finishing positions. Still several more eliminations to go here for the group. Ooh. 1-1-1 is Charlotte Westover. Westover, the junior, just barely as coach holds on with a nice acceleration to the line, a measured effort. I could call her, I guess, many things, program director, honey, or coach. But coach, of course, Amara is out there with our Jerry Baker Juniors. We have over 50 riders out here. So I think the nickname coach is going to stick. There's a lot of juniors out here that look up, and former juniors that look up to her as their leader, their trainer, and sort of the main recruiter for that team. It's going to be Amara this time, though. Number 123 does get the call. What do we got left here? We got 8 riders, so 5 more eliminations to get down to that top 3. Westover kind of riding the back end of this wave right now. Will make the move as he needs to out of turn 4. Coming over the blue line to accelerate and come alongside other riders, trying to leave out one of our breakfast racing team riders. 205 confirmed. Henrietta Watts. Watts, 205. What a gorgeous night of racing we're all getting to enjoy here tonight. Friday night racing every single night, Friday night, pardon me, at 7 o'clock. We race a lot here at the Velodrome, I should almost say every night, because between Friday nights and our Monday and Wednesday night racing programs, we also have training going on twice a week in between some weekends. It's busy here. My goodness, here comes another big sprint. Oh, Junior's really trying to hold on here, but it's going to be 404. Holslander. It's Liam Holslander that time. If you want to keep track of the busy schedule and all the things going on here, don't forget you can head to the website velodrome.org/calendar to get an overall look at all the things going on. We're down to 6. 3 more riders to eliminate to get us down to those top 3. It's still Luther driving the pace. Kelly Darling, the rider in blue, right behind her. There's that leader's jersey of Annette Williams with the white helmet, 3rd in the lineup. Her Center Cycles teammate trying to come up alongside her. Ooh, won't be enough. That's going to be 113, Catherine Wade Easley. Down to 5 now. Next elimination will be in 5th place overall, so still a good place to be. But you made it this far, you want to get in. So there's those names I all mentioned, including Ruth Tomko, the rider with the pink helmet. There's Kelly Darlene, the rider in the all-blue look. Your 2 leaders' jerseys, and, of course, the Portland rider at the front. your top 5. I'm not surprised to see these 5. Now the real question is who's got the grit and the finishing kick here to hold on for a few more laps. Good acceleration on the outside from Scoville. Tomko in a tough spot against Luther. It'll be the ride on the inside. 109. Luther done in 5th. Tomko and Scoville both looking to their left, trying to figure out how much effort to put into that sprint, and they get just enough done to make this a bit more of a local contest. The Portland rider out in 5th place overall. Here comes Kelly Darlene to lead the field now, the rider in blue. Oh, picking up the acceleration out of turn 3. Will take over the sprinter's lane first. Annette following, and will now come fanning over around the right side. This is dangerous for Darlene. She's got to stay on it as the rest of the field's going to try to pursue and come around the outside. And that'll be it for Darlene. Sticking the tongue out, says, yeah, that's all I got tonight. 103 in 4th place overall. This is a no-pole lap. They saw 2 to go for the top 3. This will be for the big finish now. 3 names I'm not surprised to see right here. But instead of Luther, who was showing styling in that scratch race, Rue Tomko makes their way into this top 3 scenario. Not surprised to see this speedy youngster ready to throw down with both Williams and Scoville. Patience here as they hit the Stanley sign, building tension. Tomko moving up towards the rail. Annette will follow suit and keep it in pretty close quarters here. Not a lot of room for Scoville to manage between them, though she might be able to make that jump. She does have some alleyway behind. If she wanted to back off just a hair, might be able to threaten the turn to the left. Won't make any moves yet. Taking their time still as the bell's ringing. This is that moment to prepare. Jump from the front. Tomko wants to make the speed happen from the front now. 1-2-5 up and out of the saddle. Williams is happy to follow. Still down the sprinter's lane. We're at about 75% speed now. Tomko might be waiting for the second attack here to come before going into full attack mode. Then here comes another turn of power for Tomko from the front. It's still Williams right on the wheel. Williams is going to ride that until she's ready. Scoville do the same. Scoville now attached to the wheel of Williams. These two have gone down so many times to the finish line. Let's see who gets it tonight. Scoville, Williams, so powerful from the front. Williams rides it so smooth. Annette Williams, multi-time champion class athlete. Annette Williams is always a hard ride here at the Velodrome. Scoville will follow her in for second. And Rue Tomko with a great race tonight. They pull in a 3rd place finish. The Jerry Baker Jr.'s got to be happy with that. And finally coming up to the rail for this missing out fun, we've got the Cat 3 men lined up and ready to start. One more missing out here tonight before we start with the featured race tonight, the points race. Another missing out, another neutral. Get him started out of turn 4 and start the eliminations. Cat 3 men now on the track. This field will once again be eliminated down to 3. Much like our last group, just a little bit under the size break we're looking for eliminating down to 5. So elimination down to 3 for the missing out. There's the whistle, racing underway. Next time across the line, last rider eliminated from the field. Down to 3 we go. Action on the front, but the real action, of course, at the back. Ooh, Pyle trying to stay in. Won't do it. 3-4-5, JC Pyle. I believe that's Pryor that's jumped off the front for Keller Rohrbach Racing. Doesn't get any points for that kind of early jump, but it does mean he is free and clear from any eliminations for now. If that's the tempo he wants to go and he'd be driving the front anyways, he's free to be broken away like this. It's totally a safe position to be racing. The rest of the field, of course, going to be fighting over this back position now. A lot of riders in pink up high. It's going to be Conrad Mayer moving more to the right, trying to leave one rider out. It might be down to the sprinters lane. It is 318 confirmed, Tom Herink. 318 down the sprinters lane, Herink. Pryor's turning this into a bit of a time trial effort here. Forget this field. I might have to look at the rule book. What happens if he laps? The officials all just shake their heads. Don't even. Mayer again in the pink moving. He's going to leave out a rider down the sprinters lane. He knows it's coming. 311 Campbell Harris. Three 6-0. Douglas. This is an interesting looking missing out. I don't know if I've seen one of these in a while. We have that breakaway rider. Priors has been like really comfortable out here in the front. Yes, indeed, if he laps, it doesn't really matter for the race. He's still going to be at the back. He's at the back. That would happen. Not really a big advantage. But if you're off the front, you can stay there. You're the front of the race as soon as the eliminations start. That's pretty advantageous. But Team Epic, joined by one of our Jerry Baker Jr. riders, is on their way to get rid of that advantage. And the rest of the field's going like, hey, wait a second. This feels like a scratch race all of a sudden. 3-2-0, Mayer. Or pulling off his effort. He knows what's coming. So this is an interesting situation where we've got the scramble up to Pryor, who's broken this thing apart. Team Epic makes it pretty quick with Keegan Fairbanks joining in. Here comes Malikian as well. So now we've got a group of 5 in front of 5 pursuants. All 5 of these riders are safe. Gavin Newman driving the chain now. Here comes the next elimination. That's Kit Colbert, 319. Colbert. 4 riders left there in the back. We're still eliminating down to 3, so this entire back group might just be picked off one by one as they watch the race rolling away from them. Again, in some sort of a format we don't see very often here, the breakaway missing out. These 5 totally in the clear and will continue to be so. They can just work like a pace line here as they try to separate themselves from the rest of the riders here tonight. .303 is Snowblint. We got a great calendar of events this year, including some returning favorites. We're hosting, once again, the Marymore Grand Prix this summer. You can learn more about the GP on our website, velodrome.org. It's going to be the fastest international style class racing we can offer here as we try to put together the biggest cash purse and merchandise prizes we can and incentivize great speed here in Redmond, as well as, of course, this year's edition of the USA Cycling Junior Track Nationals being hosted here at our Velodrome. 301 Westover gets the call that time. You can learn more about Junior Nats. Go to velodrome.org and click the button along the top. You can also read more, of course, on USA Cycling's website. We're excited to bring the juniors from across the country here to Redmond, Washington to throw down and go for the trophies right here on our great facility. Currently, the race on the track right now is a group of 5 off the front of these 2 riders here battling to try to stay in as long as they can. This time it's 06, Jordan Green. And I think Ritter says that's good enough. What am I really racing against at this point? So 313 sitting up as well, but will be eliminated in eventuality. These 5 are still all in the race. And our volunteer Ritter coming through here in just a moment. Let's look at our 5. We got our 2 from Team Epic now driving the pace. Oh, here's the wave from Ritter. That's very nice. Very, very good. 6th place overall, right? Didn't even have to sprint for it. Back
so
to
the pole is coming from this group now.
And finally, we're going to start seeing our leaders losing riders. Oh, 326 is Hampson. winner from the first race, looking a little frustrated there. They finally caught up to the front group. Another elimination incoming. Our front group, here we go. Ooh, Fairbanks with good acceleration. Oh, it might be the right in the middle. 399, Malikian. They saw 2 to go. You've got a lap off, kids. Malikian. There we go. Justin Pryor with the early break. Of course, he's got more distance to go. They look comfortable out there on that solo attack. He'll sit up along the rail, and he's like, oh, no, now we got to sprint against these 2 kids. Gavin Newman, a very fast finisher, as well as Keegan Fairbanks. Both of these riders are able to get their bikes up to good speed quickly. They're going to be all over this. Pryor's trying to figure it out. He's running the calculus right now. The rider on the front in a tough spot. Can he pull out the win against the youngsters? Both of them trying to follow his wheel. It's 1 to go. Pryor looking left, looking right. He's looking for the move underneath now. Rolling it into the turn. All the riders following him perfectly. Glued to the wheel. It's good. Go ahead, Pryor. Lead us around. What are you going to do? Newman's still in position. Pryor not on top of the bike entirely just yet. Now here comes the move from Newman. Such a powerful move from the junior. He just hops and skips his way around. Team Epic. Here comes Fairbanks trying to hold on for the great acceleration. These 2 juniors with great top speed. But Newman gritting his teeth, looking great on the win there and the missing out. Fairbanks, another of our juniors with a good finish here tonight. And Pryor with a great race, created one of the more unique missing outs we've seen in a while, certainly this season. And it ends up in 3rd overall for his effort. Track is clear. Let's bring our riders up to the rail. Cat 1-2s, please check in for your points race. It's the featured race tonight, to the rail. And the whistle signaling the neutral for our points race. Tonight we've got 3 points races. It's the featured race tonight. That means points in this race will be earned in the Rider of the Year contest. An important thing. Oh, there we go, making some noise. Come on, Frigo's got his hand up for turn 1. Let's hear it in the neutral. This is your chance to make some noise for the riders that come by. Pick your favorite. Fans of the Velodrome, this group has put on a great show tonight, so we'll want to make sure we're highly involved in the fun for the points race. It's a long one. It's a 50-lap contest. Riders get 10 chances to get points. Each time you hear a bell, the next time they come across the line, it's worth points for the first 4 riders. It goes 5, 3, 2, and 1 to the leaders. That's right, 5, 3, 2, and 1 to the first 4 on those points laps, pardon me. And then the final lap is double, 10, 6, 4, and 2 to the leaders. Rider with the most number of points at the end of the race is your winner. Tie is broken by final position on the final sprint. Racing underway. The 10x5 points race, our featured event for the night. Andy Baker, number 8, parading us through on the opening lap. This race is always a great mix of tactics, speed, and endurance. Recovery becomes a big part of this one, as you have to be ready to respond to attacks right after your sprint. There's so many intermediate sprints throughout this race, especially when there's 10 of them in this particular format tonight. This is a great race for overall riders to show their ability. Our winner for the missing out, number 27, right there at the front, Andrew Martin. Definitely a rider to keep our eye on tonight. Showed great endurance in that race, and of course, good savvy to go early, surprise the rest of the group, and took it over in great style. Let's see how he plays the points race. These early ones, a great opportunity maybe for these advantageous fast finishers to get the early points in the race. They get harder to come by as the race goes longer and longer. And a big field like this, and with some varied skill sets, we just might see someone try to pull away from this field tonight long enough. Ludo Max, number 37, followed by Wyatt Paul, number 31 at the front. Tonight's racing is only possible because we get such great support from our community partners and sponsors. The Jerry Baker Velodrome is operated by the nonprofit organization, the Marymore Velodrome Association, that's been running and hosting racing here since this place was built back in '75. This has been the mission of that nonprofit to maintain this community. Our thanks to all of our great sponsors, which you can see up on our live stream, as well as along the home straight here, for providing both their financial and continuing support in the background as we continue to bring great racing to Redmond, Washington, and keep this facility open for all of you great fans and athletes. Calm before the storm of the first sprint. This one usually is a busy one. They're going to be hearing the bell as they hit the home straight this time. First time to see these riders get some points. Wyatt Paul thinks he might be able to take advantage. He'll jump out early. 46 on the cards and points next time. Wyatt Paul, Matty Hers, number 4. There's Jamie Park, number 30. Cunningham, 35, also in pursuit. We got a break of 4. The field might want to let this one kind of fly at the moment unless they're going to try to challenge. Galen Erickson will keep it close, but he's not in full sprint mode. He's going to let those 4 fight over for the first points. It's a long race. You don't need to spend energy where it's not wise. Ooh, right to the line. Paul, I believe, over Hers. Jamie Park, and then Cunningham, I believe, the order. Love seeing the crowds here tonight. It's a beautiful Friday evening. And look at turn 1 over there. We got people just walking in during their evening enjoyment of the park. They said, hey, what's going on over at the Velodrome? We love that here. It's Friday night racing. We do this every week at 7 o'clock. You're welcome to come join us another week. If you want to make yourself comfortable in the grandstands, we got great viewing along the home straight. The beverage garden open. Of course, our food truck partners down here. Great viewing all the way around the beautiful Velodrome on a night like tonight. Let's check in on an early race leaders after the first sprint. It's Wyatt Paul, number 31 for Waterline Racing, your leader with 5. In second with 3 is Matty Hers, number 4 for the Coefficient of Speed. In third, Jamie Park for Dyna Racing, number 30 with 2. Carlo Cunningham, number 35 for Stranamonte Cycling, has 1. This break are 3 riders without points yet, but definitely contenders. Look out as Galen Erickson's getting busy again. He's got Mr. G, number 18, and Andy Lynch, number 11, right with him. These are riders without points yet, but this is a great move. And generally speaking, after those sprints, there's that little bit of a gap where riders are going to want to rest, and that's exactly when these attacks will usually form. Merrick Gallagher doing an effort here. The rider kind of over his handlebars right now, trying to stay nice and low and arrow. Working to close down the gap, knowing the bell's coming. Your leader's getting the bell, 41 to go. It's Andy Lynch still in the front, number 11. Here comes the pack trying to get close enough to strike. Gallagher still doing the work. He pulls for over 400 meters now. Still on pursuit. Is he going to do all this work and then get attacked by someone else? We'll see what happens here. He's still bringing it up down the back straight. Park on his wheel as well as Kenny Williams. The jump from the leaders is Galen Erickson now pushing away from the front. Here comes Andy Lynch. It's going to be Erickson and Lynch going head to head here. 5-4. Galen on the inside. Lynch for 3. Looks like Mr. G for 2, and it's Jamie Park, 30 for 1, unofficially. After our second sprint, we have a couple ties across the field now with 2 riders with 5 apiece. Both Wyatt Paul and Galen Erickson, number 32 and number 31, are tied 5 points apiece. Lynch, Hers, and Park move into a tie, 3 points apiece, all for third right now. Mr. G with 2, Cunningham with 1. Looking at your field here, it's Andy Baker has created a bit of a leading edge of group of 6 riders, it looks like, just off the front of this field. Couple more laps before the next bell as Martin gets into his effort here, number 27. There's Magnuson, number 15. Baker, number 8. Carl Hofer, the rider in green for the Found Cycling Guild, also pretty active during that missing out, making the group of 5, the rider in green. One of the Galen Eriksson specials there along the rail. He loves to roll along the hill and down in front of the field when they're falling asleep. He finds another lane and he'll make another run at it, re-accelerating the group. We got another sort of single file formation following his attack out of the back straight. At 37 to go, being led by Eriksson. There's Hofer and Martin still trying to stay near the front. Sandoval, number 2, the rider in the white jersey, is now 4th in the lineup. He's got right behind him is Gallagher and Nolan Adams of the Dyna Racing Team, the rider in gray with black helmet. Everybody's stretched out, basically single file. A few stragglers off of the pace, but essentially we've got this as most of the riders in the group. Seeing open track, Gallagher opens up, knowing it's a point sprint, and he's in a good position. He might as well just take the 400-meter effort. The junior on his move now. Wyatt Paul following one of the riders with points. Sandoval right there as well. Sandoval will try to open up on the back straight. Good move for number 2. Galen Eriksson following the wheel nicely as well. Gallagher in perfect position to strike for 5. Who's going to come in for the 3 points? Gallagher for 5. Sandoval and Eriksson. Sandoval holds for 3, 2 for number 32, and Hofer for 1. The racing action continues here. The points building up. Still a close race, though, as Galen Eriksson, your leader, right, number 32, at 7 points. Got a couple riders right behind him, both Merrick Gallagher and Wyatt Paul, both with 5, and a tie for second. Several riders with 3. Sandoval, Hers, Lynch, and Park. Gritzel with 2. Hofer and Cunningham both with 1. Your leader right now, still number 32, Eriksson, who's pulling away once again, this time with Martin. A dangerous duo that could be. And I think the field knows that just as well. You see Chip Chase, the rider for Liquid Velo with the gray jersey, black helmet, trying to lead some effort to hold on to those two. Do not want to let that duo get too much free track, they think. Gritzel now also leading the action. Bell next time, I see 32 on the lap cards as number 32 is leading the lap. Not much gap separating our 2 leaders now. Martin continuing on the effort, making this field catch them. Danielson looks like he wants to do the effort to do just that as Waterline Racing starting to accelerate down the back straight. It's enough to take the incentive away from those 2 leaders. They will pull up and watch the rest of this field do the same. Just before the bell. Points next time. 31 to go. Colin Gibson down in the sprinter's lane. But watch up high. Here comes another move from the junior. He's going to try to send off another 400-meter effort. Your under 18 competitor in here in really good race shape this year. I think he's going to try to grab a few medals at Nationals when they come to town this year for sure. He's aiming for some success, and you can see why. Looking good here again on this attack. It'll be 5 more for Gallagher as he pulls up a bit early. Gibson for 3, Martin 2, Baker 1. Our riders are seeing 29 to go as they came across the line. You see this group of 5 pushing away, being joined by maybe 2 more as they try to bridge quickly. That's Andy Baker and Merrick Gallagher working their way up. Gallagher takes over lead role in the race after getting another 5, bringing his total up to 10. Your new leader, number 7, with the rider in black with that red helmet working his way towards the front. The front of the race, just now coming onto the home straight here, is the 2 riders hitting the line now, seeing 28 to go, Eriksson and Danielson. Gallagher leading the rest of the field, number 7, and also your leader in points. Let's check the rest of the point standings. In second is Galen Eriksson with 7 points still. After that, I've got Wyatt Paul with 5, several riders with 3. It's Gibson, Park, Lynch, Hers, and Sandoval, all sitting with 3 points. Grinsel, Martin with 2, Cunningham, Hofer, and Baker all with 1. The unofficial totals coming into this lap. Rider seeing 27 is both Eriksson and Danielson realizing that the field's still right there. Maybe it's time to sit up a little bit and get back into the line. Under the Stanley sign, we're basically back all together again. That's all of our competitors in a group right now. Everyone on the same lap in this group now, essentially. 26 to go. The bell's ringing again. We got more points. No move yet. Look who's at the front ready to jump, though. It's Gallagher down the sprinter's lane. There's Eriksson, our former leader in the race, number 32. Both ready to strike. But this is also a great opportunity for movement from the middle of the field to start working their way up. The front still not under full speed. And here comes Martin, knowing he has an opportunity to close the gap. He moves all the way from midfield. Gallagher from the front, though, is able to make a pretty short sprint of this. So Gallagher for 5. Eriksson trying, he'll get 3. Martin for 2. And speaking of 2, I believe number 2 will get 1 point there. That's Sandoval. I got Gallagher sitting at a healthy 15 now, your race leader, continuing to add on his lead after 3 straight victories there in the sprints. Gallagher with 15. Number 7, your leader. In second place, Galen Eriksson at this point with 10 now, trailing only by 5. It's still a close race for the top 2 positions. It gets really interesting, though, at third, as we've got Wyatt Paul still with 5, Andrew Martin and Mario Sandoval only 1 point back at 4th place in a tie, both with 4 points. Hers, Lynch, Park, and Gibson all with 3. Number 35, Cunningham now on the attack, as there goes Gibson as well. These are 2 riders that would love to strike midway in the race. And now that things have kind of settled after several of these early intermediate sprints, we're getting into the distance kind of area of this race. It's time for the time trialers to take over. Gibson known for solo efforts. Great strength and power off the front like this. If he can fall into a groove, he's got Cunningham to take breaks with. This could be a really good setup for some points. Seeing 22 to go, they've already opened up a nice gap. The field was not motivated to go stop this one. They are without points, essentially. I believe it's Cunningham with only 1 so far. So number 35, the rider in black. The field right now allowed that to get open, but they've started to respond now as they're seeing these 2 are hustling pretty good. They don't want to let this get too far apart. Some urgency from the field as the bell's ringing for the lead 2 riders. Cunningham on the front right now, the rider with points. Gibson looking for his first, I believe. Nope, that mistake in here. That's going to be 3 points to Gibson so far, so he's trying to add to his points totals. Lynch, number 11, comes across the line leading the field. There are 2 riders out the front, both with some points, but not currently in the top positions. This will certainly change after this one. Here comes Sandoval out of the group, trying to strike for 2 now, as well as Chip Chase trying to take advantage of this one, maybe trying to get 1 for himself. Your lead group looking like they're just partnering up, as Gibson will take the 5 comfortably this time. Cunningham will take 3. Sandoval takes 2, and number 19 is Chip Chase for 1. Top 3 currently is Gallagher with 15, Eriksson with 10, Gibson with 8. Next closest rider is Sandoval with 6 points now, sitting in 4th. Here comes Erickson now to join up towards the front as the lead of Cunningham and Gibson begin to fade away. Erickson's going to try to reestablish at the front. Maybe missed his window here, though, as he doesn't really have a lot of help, but the field's right there, so I think he realizes this one isn't going to come together. Timing of that attack so critical. Not able to really get a lot of momentum out of it, and you'll just pull back off and reset. No reason to keep wasting energy. Hofer, though, sees a nice opening from the front of the field, so he's going to launch his own move now at 18 to go. Big move here for the rider from Found Cycling Guild, number 21, scrambles away quickly. The field also will give him some room. Hofer with a single point to his names. Again, no surprise that some of the big names in the field are not going to contest. If he only has one, they think, well, he can let that one go. Great opportunity for Hofer to work up on the finishing order here quickly, though, as he's already opened up a nice gap for himself. Field several seconds back already. Points in a couple more laps for Hofer. Martinez leads the field. Rider for Coefficient Speed pulls up now for Chip Chase, who takes over at the lead spot. Still Chip Chase in the effort to lead the field. A bit closer to Hofer, who continues to serve as the motivation to keep this group moving. Andy Lynch at the front now. The bell's ringing for your race leader position-wise. The rider at the front here is Hofer. Leader in the points, of course, back in the field. Hofer in great position to pick up the 5 here, though. Now comes the response from the field as they also can go for some points. Park trying to open up an attack here for Dyna Racing, number 30. Looking for the counterattack. It is starting to formulate now as Jamie's thinking, this feels a little bit too easy. And here comes Andy Baker to try to make it a bit more difficult for him. Number 8 takes over. Here comes Andy Martin as well, as Martin swinging around the right-hand side. It will be 5 points to Hofer. And Martin on his way for 3. Baker for 2. And Williams, number 12, for 1. I know it's a lot to keep track of. We'll keep updating the numbers as we go. There's another rider with a lot of points. As Erickson, number 32, has 10 points to his name. He's in second overall, and right behind him, number 7, the race leader with 15. So there's your big points getter so far. Sandwiched in between him is Tyson Danielson, number 14, looking for his first point. So he's trying to join in on the effort and see if he can get something out of it. Again, your leader, number 7 with 15. Number 32, Erickson with 10. Colin Gibson, number 33, is next up with 8 points. Martin now with 7 is currently good for 4th. 6 points to Sandoval. And Hofer in a tie back at 5th. The top position is getting crowded here. It's essentially Gallagher, 5 points back to Erickson, and then it's a real race for 3rd right now. But there's still enough sprints left that this is not over for Gallagher and Erickson. They need to continue to work to pick up some points these next couple of laps, or they might then find themselves right back in the middle of this contest. Next opportunity, we'll hear a bell next time around. Seeing 12 to go now. Wyatt Paul pulls up out of the way for Gallagher, who moves up quickly for Erickson. There's Danielson there near the front as well. So the two leaders trying to stay off the front right now before the sprint starts. You see Gallagher moving more up towards the front in the middle of that field, as does Erickson, trying to stay in a good position, ready to jump. They need some points here. They're trying to stay in control. Field going slow. This is a good opportunity for someone to make a jump here. Watch turn 4. It could get interesting any second here. Bell's ringing. Lodo Max sitting in the front of the group. No jump yet as they come out of the hill into the flat. It's getting busy down there in the sprinter's lane. Who's going to move first? Bit of up and down motion there through turn 1. Our riders navigate. Now the move from the front is Gallagher has found the sprinter's lane at the front of the field. He should be able to find another 5. He's looking pretty quick through the turn. The junior continuing to show great form here tonight. That'll be 5 more for Gallagher, 3 for Erickson, 2 for Hofer, and 1 Wyatt Paul. Your unofficial points total is Mr. Merrick Gallagher. You're still your race leader with 20 points now. Galen Erickson finds 3 in the last sprint. That's going to be good for 13. Carl Hofer now in a tie with Gibson for third with 8 points each. Next closest rider I have is Martin with 7, Sandoval with 6. Rest of the field trying to find their way back up into this thing. Several riders still with 3 points, a few with 1. $18 to go. Your race leader, number 7, sitting mid-back of the field right now. Not seeing anything near the front that he has to worry about, so he'll rest for a little bit longer. It's all about being smart here in these long races. Go where you have the opportunity. Don't work when you don't need to. The field's sitting sort of at a comfortable, moderate tempo right now as riders are able to find a place and a wheel to sit on. It looked like they're moving pretty quick, but this is still almost a rest tempo for most of that field. Now they're in full reset mode as they go wide across the track. That's a signal they have put on the brakes, so to speak. 17 to go. Seven to go. Thank you. Two sprints remain. Remember, the last one is doubled up. Here comes the next one as they're going to be hearing the bell soon. 6 to go as our riders come to the home straight. Can anybody best the young rider here tonight? Mid front of the field now is number 7 as he watches this one formulate at the front. There's Matty Hers, number 4, who was active in that first sprint tonight for coefficient of speed. Now comes up to the front, ready to jump on anything he sees here. He'll make the move from the front of the field. Coalition right alongside of him. Here comes Galen Erickson. There's your overall race leader, Sam Frigo, of the season so far. The rider of the year, been a bit quiet tonight. He's been waiting to make some moves late. Maybe he can pick up some big points here at the end and get a few more rider of the year points. 5 for him in this sprint. Erickson for 3, 2 for Lynch, and 1 earned by Hers. Five points separating the leaders now. Gallagher sitting at 20. Erickson getting a bit closer, sitting at 15. The final sprint could still settle this one for the top 2. If Gallagher can get at least a few in that final sprint, though, he should be able to hold on. Erickson has a pretty comfortable lead against the rest of the field, too, as the next closest rider sitting back at 8 behind his 15. Hofer still with 8. Colin Gibson with 8. Right now in a straight tie for third. Wyatt Paul and Sandoval both with 6 points. Don't forget Andrew Martin in there as well with 7. So there's a lot to settle here, especially for third. Speaking of the race for third, there's Colin Gibson trying to push away. One of the riders with 8 points there, number 33. Still a big factor for a top 3 finish tonight. Andy Baker, number 8. Involved early tonight, unable to get points throughout the mid-phase of this race, trying to finish well. He's got 3 right now. He'll roll up to the hill, let the field come underneath. Tyson Danielson, another rider who's been involved but not been able to find many points yet. It's our final sprint now. 1 to go. The final lap for the points race. We're finally here. 50 laps coming down to this final lap. Tyson Danielson on the lead of the effort. Here comes the sprint midfield. Look at the speed from the junior. He's coming up to take over the race. You think they're going fast until you see this kid accelerate right down and over the top. Unstoppable this evening. Erickson has been trying to catch this kid all night, but once again, put your hands together. Another great finish for our junior rider, number 7, takes it home. He already had the victory. He just wanted one more. Erickson points it out, says, yeah, this kid's got a good future in the sport if he wants it. What a great night of racing. Once again, these two are great contenders. They'll go 1-2 tonight in the point standings. It looks like Martin coming in pretty far forward there in that finish. I believe he will end up third place overall in our points race tonight, if I'm not mistaken. What a great evening of racing for the Cat 1-2s. What a pleasure it's been to call the action tonight for those riders. They're going to make their way off as they come around the track and exit onto the warm-up circle. Our next group to the rail, the Open Women, for their points race. This is another 30-lap contest, a points race, a 6x5. 6 sprints every 5 laps for a total of 30. Same rules apply as in our first race tonight in the points. 5, 3, 2, and 1 for the leaders, doubled up for 6, 10, 6, 4, and 2, pardon me, on the final lap. Right at the most number of points, of course, will be deemed your winner at the end. Ties broken in the points based on the finishing order in the final sprint. Sound the whistle, racing underway. It's 30 to go. First bell at 26. Open Women for the points race now underway. The show continues here with our Open Women competitors. The category has a chance here for another long event tonight. It's the points race, our featured event tonight. So the rider of the years so far, both Annette Williams and Danny Scoville, going to try to find some action here tonight and try to pick up some points where they can. First opportunity when the bell shows 26 to go. Same time, same place, every Friday night throughout our regular season. We go all the way into September with this craziness. Can you believe it? Every single week you can find us out here as long as the weather is permitting. Beverage garden open, food trucks rolling in. We're even here sometimes on weekends for special events. Thank you so much for being a part of our event here tonight. It was a great showing from our live crowd. It's always a good night when we got the Kiddie Kilo, man. Those scratch races were pretty wild. Those of you who are still here with us, our fans here at the Velodrome, thank you so much for enjoying the night with us. Hopefully you found the racing action fun. Maybe you want to help support us. Make sure you come over to the beverage garden, pick up a beverage before you head out. Say thank you to our food trucks by picking up some food on your way home. Of course, you can also support through your volunteer or donations to our cause. We're run by the nonprofit, the Marymore Velodrome Association. All information about us can be found at the home of the Velodrome. That's right, velodrome.org. You know the place. We're lucky to have this great facility here. Our racing tonight's been great. We look forward to a fantastic 2024. As this field here is starting to heat things up, they're going to be seeing the bell next time around. We check in on this group. There's Rue Tomko at the front, with the rider with the pink helmet. They're leading us at this lap before the bell. Pulls up and out of the way. Scoville coming to the front now. Will pull out of the way at the end of her effort down the back straight. But now she should be kind of thinking ahead to the next opportunity, so she's going to try to stay near the front as the field kind of fans out, though. Maybe push to the back end of this field as we get this first bell. First time for points. Edwards on the front at 26 to go. Sarah Lynch on her wheel. Oh, okay, we got a fan club over here, I see. All right, I love it. I can hear them. Midterm 1 and 2. They brought the fan club. I love to hear it. If every rider brought a fan club, man, we'd be pretty nuts here. Big sprint here for our rider from Portland. It's Hilly coming all the way to the front. Luther for 5. There's Scoville for 3. Williams for 2. And I think I got Catherine Wade easily. 1 point that time. The early race leader, number 109, is Hillary Luther. Scoville in second with 3. Annette Williams in third with 2. Catherine Wade Easley in fourth with 1 after 1 sprint. There's Wade Easley moving up to the right, giving room for Scoville now, once again taking over the front. Annette Williams right behind her, 2 of the riders in that first sprint and nearly leading the field, I should say. Your leader right now is actually number 109, the rider in black midfield, kind of in that second line of riders with a white bike. We've been watching her all night, being pretty active. Again, I keep pointing out she's one of the few of those Portland travelers we get to see through summer months. We are the only operating velodrome now up here in the Pacific Northwest, so we are host to many riders that are willing to make the trip during the summer. Edwards taking back over the front. Team Mama Bears with the rest of the field all still in tow. Everybody's still together, much like they started. Two to go. Bell next time around. That's 205 Henrietta Watts of the Breakfast Racing Team. Pulling up there for a moment. Had some fun partnering with their relatively new team last year. The Breakfast Racing Team, affectionately, their members known as the Pancakes around here. I'd say not only celebrating, but working hard to bring in more feminine, non-binary racers into a safe environment to learn the sport. We're really glad to see a continuation of their participation here as they continue to race and grow their team in the Seattle greater area. Looking at 21 to go, and the bell's ringing. And look who it is. Talking about her giving a little extra incentive. It's Watts on the front, number 205 for the Breakfast Racing Team. Trying to pick up her first points of tonight's contest. Off and away she goes. In great position here. The field's starting to line things up, though. Look at the powerhouse of Hillary Luther with, again, just this incredible power out of turn 2. Sending forth a really good effort here. Here comes Luther around the corner. Williams finding the wheel, trying to hold on. Luther coming in for 5. Williams 3. Scoville 2. Rue Tomko, number 125, on the back end for 1. After 2, give it to Hillary Luther in the lead with 10. Number 109, your leader. In second, a tie between Scoville and Williams, both with 5. We also have a tie between Tomko and Wade Easley, both with 1 point apiece. That would be a tie for 4th. 19 to go. Bell at 16. 18 to go, belt 16. Your race leader still number 109, Hillary Luther. Look out for the rider in black at the front of the field. Still the rider to watch at this stage of the game. The two leaders' jerseys for the Rider of the Year contest so far, Scoville and Williams, in a tie for second right now. They're right in the middle of the field. They get the bell coming around next time. There's Charlotte Westover moving up to the front. Bell's ringing, 16 to go. More points next time around. Another big effort here from Watts. Open track, will try another go at it. Luther showed just how powerful she can be out of turn 2. She's going to try and do it again and catch up to Watts quickly. A good race here tonight for Luther, who just continues to have one sprint after the other. Looking like she's in good form to take this one as well. Here comes Tomko coming out of the field as well. They've got the lead position behind Luther. It will be Luther for 5. Tomko in control for 3. Scoville 2 and Williams 1. Hillary Luther, your leader with 15 unofficially. Give it to Scoville now for second. She has 7, 1 point ahead of Williams with 6. Tomko picked up 3 more in the last sprint, number 125 for the Jerry Baker Jr. is good now for 4 points unofficially. It's still Wade Easley with 1, currently good for 5th. Next bell at 11 to go. The beverage garden's still open and pouring tonight. Our good friends here from 314 Pies will be serving throughout the rest of the night. They've got instant, ready, delicious, savory food if you want to come over and pick up your order. And of course, oh, did they close? Well, I need that news sooner than that, you know, before I'm making the announcement next time. Are 2 bums still there? Both of them? The shaved ice is still ready to serve. It may not fill you up as well as that pie would have, but it's delicious. I had some earlier. It's very tasty. It's very tasty. I guess you'll just have to drink your calories tonight. That's right. Post Stock Brewing and Locust Cider is pouring over there in the beverage garden. That's another option for you. And remember, since it's donated from our sponsors, big thanks again to Post Stock and Locust. Every pint purchase you make, that's supporting our racing programs. Come on, that feels good, right? Celebrate a great work week, a beautiful evening, and help our nonprofit on its mission to continue the great work we do here. Riders all sticking together. And as last announced, the points do match the official record, so we're on track so far, pun mostly not intended. Riders will be coming around the corner to see 11 to go. Got a few more sprints ahead of them here. And here it comes. Another sprint opportunity. The bell's ringing at 11 to go. Liam Holslander, number 4-4, leading the group. Down the back straight. Big move here coming into turn 3. Everything getting stretched out a bit here. The catch coming from Williams now as they hit the corner. Tomko also accelerating. Ooh, 3 across the track. Williams in good position for 5. Scoville, nice acceleration for 3. Tomko, I believe, gets 2 points, and that was Luther for 1. Luther holding on to the lead with 16 points now. Williams charging in with that big 5, though, will give her the second place position currently. Scoville knew she had to hustle up to keep it close. She goes into third overall with 10. Williams with 11. Europe Rider in second. Tomko picks up some valuable points, holding on to fourth overall. Good for 6 points right now for Tomko. Wade Easley still with 1. Points match the official record. Luther, your leader with 16. Let's see if Williams in this final sprint can hold on to second, or Scoville might be able to best the Center Cycles rider and take over. Or crazy enough, what if Luther can't get up to the front and maybe loses out on first? It's still possible, depending on how this last sprint goes. Remember, first across the line is 10 points in this final sprint. So 109 needs to be active here, trying to figure out where to get in on this one. Scoville and Williams will settle their second and third place contest in this final sprint as well, so they'll be watching each other closely. In fact, if you look at the field right now, you can see the orange helmet of Scoville right behind her. There's Williams. She has her target marked. She knows exactly where she wants to ride. She's watching the rest of the field, though, as is Scoville. Scoville will jump a little bit here, watching the movement in front as Luther's starting to accelerate to try to catch up to Charlotte now. They have one more chance for 5 at this point. Then we're going to get the big bell for the double points after that. So next time we hear a bell is a sprint for 5, 3, 2, and 1. Then it's the big double points to end the race. This next sprint going to be interesting for sure. It's going to set up that contest for 1, 2, and 3. Westover getting caught here now as Luther does enough to catch on to the rear wheel. The junior will pull up to the right and allow someone else to take over at the front. There's that next bell. It's the second to last chance. 5, 3, 2, and 1 to the leaders. Next time around, first 4 across the line. Who will be this time? Luther in a great position to hold on. Here comes Darlene and Wade Easley. We saw at the beginning of the race, number 113, picking up some early points in the first sprint. Now coming back into this one, there's Darlene right alongside. Wade Easley with a nice acceleration along the red line. Sprinter's lane's open if she will take it. Looks like she's going to hold on to that position in the sprinter's lane now. Here comes Luther and Scoville. Williams knows she's got to hold on to the junior, so she's trying to follow her around, but this acceleration a bit much from Scoville now. Luther 5 against Scoville's 5. It'll be Scoville for 5. Luther 3. Wade Easley 2 points, and there's Rutomko on cleanup duty. They find 1. The back end of that interesting sprint. Hillary Luther, number 109, remains your race leader after that last sprint, able to pick up 3. Very important there. Stays in a good position for this final attempt. Let's look at the point totals. Hillary Luther with 19 in lead. Scoville in second with 15. Annette Williams in third with 11. Rutomko, they have 7, good for 4th, and 3 points to Catherine Wade Easley. The points are as good as official. Our riders with one more chance here. Very similar, as I said before, the race for second and third, very close, but now actually following Scoville's big 5-point sprint there, it's pretty even split between first, second, and third. It's kind of simple for Luther. If she wins that last sprint, obviously there's nothing that can be done about it. She's already in the lead. If she can get 6 and Scoville doesn't get the 10, Hillary is guaranteed to win. But here's the interesting thing enough. If Scoville wins that last sprint, she can take over right at the front as she'll be in a tie break with Luther and get the tie break for winning in that final sprint. So that could be interesting. Scoville has to be thinking about that last sprint as there is a chance to take it away from the Portland rider if she can just get away to line up that last effort. 201 and 123 off the front. That's going to be the combination of Sarah Lynch and Damar Edwards trying to make things interesting off the front. Now Edwards on the solo effort here at the end of this race. And 1 to go next time around. Luther on the front of the field. There's Williams, Tomko, and Scoville. Tomko kind of accelerating a little bit there, trying to hold on to the lead speed. Tomko realizing everybody's pulling up. They will too. Edwards still on the front, gets the bell. Can she sneak away with this final 10? The field's letting her. One to go. It's one to go. Edwards going to sneak away with the 10. If Luther can get the 6 or the 4 in the sprint, she's going to win with that 10 being taken away. This kind of changes up the format for the finish. Hillary just needs to be involved in this sprint, essentially. Try to be in front of Scoville, but even if she doesn't beat her, she probably can find the win here. That's exactly what's going to happen. Edwards kind of helping out Luther a bit here in the finishing order, potentially. Let's see, Edwards for the final 10. Scoville for 6. Williams 4. Luther 2. It will be 6 points for Scoville because she's 2 places ahead of Luther. I think Scoville steals the victory tonight in the tiebreak, if I'm not mistaken. They both end up with the same points total, but because Scoville finishes up in front, the junior will be, I believe, deemed your victor. Cat 3 riders can come to the rail as soon as this cleared. Come on down. Cat 3 riders, your final race of the night. We got one more points race. It's a 35-lap contest, a 7x5, and our final race of the night. Cat 3 men to the rail. Seven by 5 means 7 opportunities to sprint separated by 5 laps for a total of 35. All the same rules apply. If you're still here, you're basically a super fan in our hearts. Thanks for sticking it out here on a beautiful Friday night. Great turnout here in early June. We're aided by a few fan clubs. Let me just say that. We got some people here that already know who they're cheering for. That always helps. That always helps. That's some good energy over there in turn 1. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. We've got a great set of folks here tonight and another great race in store. The Cat 3s have been very good to watch so far this season. A little bit smaller tonight. There's been a few upgrades, a few folks that are no-shows on this particular night, but they've still been putting on some really nice racing for us here today. Certainly the most interesting missing out we've watched in a while coming from this group earlier tonight. Let's see how their points race places out as they're about ready to get started out of turn 4. Racing underway, 35 to go. First bell at 31. Confirmed is called on the mic. It will be Scoville in the tiebreak over Luther in that very critical finish. An exciting finish there in the points race for the women competitors today. The open women field putting on a fantastic finish here tonight. It's been basically the form for the whole evening. It's been a really great series of races all night long. Let's see again. We turn our attention to this Cat 3 field who's just been a couple laps into the race. Pretty quick clip here to be so separated on the track. They're pretty wide as everybody's kind of working to be towards the front. They've gotten some rest and they're trying to vie for the front here. Here comes Malikian. Do you guys, what's the number you're cheering for? What number, person? 318? All right. Herrick's brought his fan base. Got it. Tom's got the love. All right, I love it. Jerry Baker Jr.'s just got a new super fan group. I love that. 32 to go. Next time around, our first bell. Let's see if fan favorite Herrick can get in on the action, or if we're going to get some other riders working the way to the front here. Serge Malikian's been trying to fight at the front for quite a while, as is our riders from the Dyna Racing team. Conrad Mayer, the rider, now all the way at the front in that sprinter's lane. No surprise to see Malikian up and out of the saddle as the bell's ringing. He was in position. You could see he wanted to fight for it. He wants this early one. Justin Pryor right on the wheel. There goes Keegan Fairbanks. Another junior you should be cheering for, number 333, has been putting on some really great sprints this year. Let's see if he can put in a good show here. Team Epic on the move, coming up quickly. Whoa, Gavin Newman, look out. He's hunting, trying to find a position. Serge Malikian still leading this out. Justin Pryor in a good position. It's going to be a good sprint for the opening one. Gavin Newman, ooh, whoa. Photo finish there for the 5 between Malikian and Newman. Justin Pryor for 2, and I think Keegan Fairbanks for 1, but whoa, that was close. Confirmed. Newman, number 24, gets the 5. Malikian, number 399 for 3. That was Justin Pryor for 2, and it actually goes Jack Hampson for 1. I had the missed call on the mic earlier. Number 326 with 1 point. So 27 to go. Your early race leader, Gavin Newman, number 324, making an impressive sprint down the home straight. Able to get there just in time and nip it from Serge Malikian, who sits now in second with 3. Justin Pryor with 2, and that's 1 point to Jack Hampson. Bell next lap. More chances here for riders to get points. Coming up here soon. Here comes Malikian again, trying to position himself ahead of the bell. He's well above the blue line this time, though, leaving himself a lot of track down to the left. Dyna Racing down there, guarding the sprinter's lane, and a sprint all the way across the front here. As the bell rings, Snoblin tries to open things up first. 303. I think that started to help Herrick get some acceleration there in the back part of the track there. See if he can hold on to the acceleration. Starting to move his way up. Big move here for JC Pyle. Styling himself to be a good sprinter here this year for Junior Nationals. Top speed is his specialty, and great top speed here coming onto the home straight. Pyle will pick up 5. Hampson 3. Fairbanks 2. Newman 1. Your unofficial points totals give Gavin Newman the nod by just a single point over JC Pyle. Newman with 6, Pyle with 5. That's your first and second. We got 4 points for Jack Hampson in third, 3 points for Serge Malikian back in fourth, and 2 riders with 2 is both Fairbanks and Pryor. Nobody's accrued any big points totals. It's still a wide open race. Westover trying to take advantage here. Post sprint to get away from the group a little bit. The rider in green, number 301, racing for the Taco Time Northwest Cycling Team. He's 23 to go with the rest of the field. Awfully close. There's your current racer, number 324 from Team Epic. The East Portland Youth Cycling Team. That's right, another Portland group represented here today by two competitors. Saw a lot of them last couple of seasons and seeing a lot of improvement. They come back out here tonight. My first time to get to watch them here in 2024. They're both looking good here tonight. Newman currently in the lead of the race with 6 points. Right off the front of the group, leading position is Mike Westover, still out there after a full lap around the track. Now going to see 22 to go. Bell's ringing at 21 to go. Westover still in the front. The field right in striking distance here. Blue line is Jack Hampson. Looking over his left-hand side, trying to see if he's got some room to maneuver. Mike Ritter for the Dyna Racing team leading the field currently. You know the sprint's coming, and now the acceleration. Here comes Keegan Fairbanks finding the window right down the middle. The kids are really having the run of the Cat 3s tonight. You can see all of these juniors all over the bikes this evening. Keegan opening up a nice attack there. Will find 5. Here comes Hansen for 3. There's Newman for 2. Kit Colbert 1. I believe that's their first point. This race continues to be very close in the points. My unofficial totals give Hampson and Newman, the teammates, a tie, 8 points apiece. My missed call there. Correction. 3-2-4, Gavin Newman still in the lead, but just barely with 1 point advantage right now. Newman's got 8. Hampson and Fairbanks both knocking at the door with 7 each in a tie for second place. 4th place right now to JC Pyle, but he's fallen off the pace. He put in his big sprint. He's out there, not much longer at this tempo. We'll see what happens after the next couple of laps. We know what he's gunning for, that sprint medal later on this year. We know it. Serge Malikian still has 3 points. That's currently good for 5th place in the race. Colbert's gotten 1. Pryor got 2 earlier. Right now it's Team Epic and Fairbanks kind of going at each other. Mike Ritter again on the front, that rider in the pink with the black helmet. One of a few Dyna racers out here in this crew tonight. There goes Serge again, number 399. Well ahead of the bell this time. He's going to take over at the front and roll a little bit with it. Feigning the attack, though. He'll reset himself above the blue line, maybe looking for someone else to bite. No one takes the bait. He'll keep rolling as the field allows him a little bit of room here. Bell next time around the track, he might be able to find something out of this. Continuing on this effort, and the field still allowing it. Malikian has 3 points, so he's not pointless. This is potentially a really powerful move here for him if he can find it. 16, the bell's ringing. Points next time around. Malikian in great position. Here comes Justin Pryor, number 310. There's fan favorite Herrick also at the front, number 318. Starting to lead out the counterattack here from the juniors. Pryor, Herrick, Hampson, and Newman now all in their efforts. Pryor at the lead of this one. A nice move here for the youngsters once again. Hampson accelerating, will find it. Newman for 3, Pryor for 2, and Herrick finds his first point. The Epic Kids swap their lead positions here. Hampson takes over at the top with 12. Newman in second with 11. Fairbanks still within striking distance in third, remains at 7 points. Next up is Justin Pryor with 4. Serge Malikian with 3. Herrick and Colbert in a tie, both with 1 point apiece. $13 to go. 3 more opportunities for points. Warning issued, official warning to number 320, Conrad Mayer, for passing underneath. Mayer receives the official warning, passing underneath. We'll go on the record. Bit of a stretch here being pulled apart first by Pryor a little bit. Now we see Snoblin, Newman, Fairbanks, everybody kind of working their way towards the front. You'll see this kind of reset right before the bell. Points this time around. 3 more chances for points. Pryor on the lead of it. There's Newman, number 324, currently in second. Westover, the rider in green for Taco Time, holding on to the lead position just underneath the blue line. He'll take it over in the sprinter's lane, but the speed is going to come in the right side. Here comes Malikian. The rest of the field sort of sitting back. Current race leader Hampson does accelerate, though. He's trying to get involved on this one. Malikian hits the corner in good position. Here comes Kit Colbert as well to challenge. Colbert flying for 5, Malikian 3. Hampson, your race leader, picks up 2 more. And there's Conrad Mayer for 1. Your race leader, Jack Hampson, adds to the lead, gaining a bit of advantage on teammate Newman and the pursuant junior, Keegan Fairbanks. The total points here, let's see where we're at with Hampson sitting at 14, Newman still at 11, and Fairbanks still at 7. After that, we have 2 riders at 6, Serge Malikian and Kit Colbert. They look like they're in a tie for 4th as it stands right now. Justin Pryor with 4, Herrick and Mayer both with 1. The points match the official record. Eight to go. Justin Pryor, number 310 on the front of this one. Oh, 7 to go. Here comes Snoblin. Tom Herrick also on the attack here. Snoblin and Herrick take off the pedals a little bit here as they get caught. Hampson accelerates now for his counterattack. And getting to that late stage of the race here, every move really matters. And Hampson, with the current total points in lead of this race, sitting at 14, trying to make sure he could hold on to this thing at the end. 6 to go. Hampson looking in a good position to score again. Great endurance from this kid. He keeps going. He makes another attack here, and he's just going to try to make a nice long effort. This motivates Pryor and Newman now to go on their own. They're going to pull away from the rest of this field and see if they can bridge the gap quickly ahead of these points. Hampson still in scoring position, though. Here comes Fairbanks as well out of the group, leaving behind Malikian and the rest of the riders. Onto the home straight, Hampson in great control for 5. Newman flying around the corner for 3. Pryor might even lose it out to Fairbanks. He's trying. Whoa! The back end so close there between Fairbanks. I think he might have gotten it over Pryor. Fairbanks does make the catch, just barely confirmed in the replay over there from our infield. They took another look. Fairbanks with 2 points, just over Pryor for 1. Hampson impressive tonight, continuing to add to the lead after that last sprint. We now have our leader with 19 points, ahead of the next closest rider, Newman, with 14 in second. Fairbanks in third, now with 9. After that, it's going to be Kit Colbert and Serge Malikian with 6 apiece and Pryor with 5. The race for first getting pretty tough here. Hampson starting to close down on this race. One more sprint remaining. We find ourselves in this position where you can kind of predict as long as he gets some points, he should be able to close this thing out. Newman has been working hard to hold on to that second place and keep his teammate in check. Make sure he's working hard for his victory too, as Newman continues to gain some good points in these sprints. Fairbanks, if he can stay somewhere in this sprint as well, should be able to secure third, but he is in a position where he's a little bit at risk here. If he's not somewhere in those finishing points, someone like Kit Colbert, maybe Serge Malikian can pick up some big points and take it away from the junior. So third place still definitely something to watch here. As you watch number 333, that's the junior currently in control of third. Serge Malikian, the rider in the gray with that white helmet at the back of the field, number 399. Kit Colbert fell off of the pace, so it looks like it's really Serge's call right now. Can Serge challenge Fairbanks in this final sprint for third overall? Team Epic still fighting for top 2 positions. And here comes that bell, 1 to go. Pryor in the lead. Fairbanks in so tight here, right behind him. There's Snoblin underneath. Newman holding on to the wheel of Snoblin now. Herrick starting to position himself for the final sprint. He comes up as well onto the wheel. The attack along the right-hand side might come from Hampson. Here comes Newman with his big attack. He wants to get the big final 10 points. It may not be enough to win, but winning this final sprint is still going to be a big point of emphasis here for the young rider. Why not take another one home? Newman with a big sprint to close it out. Fairbanks, ooh, not enough. Hampson will get the 6. Hampson will be your race winner. Newman should end up second overall. Juniors all over this once again. I think Coach Amar said it earlier. The Cat 3s are being dominated tonight by the juniors. They go 1, 2, 3 again. Hampson, Newman, and Fairbanks showing everybody what's up. Athletes, friends of the Velodrome, fans, one and all, thank you so much for coming out tonight. That was our final event. Can you believe it? What a beautiful evening. I had a lot of fun up here on the microphone with you all. It's great to have some super fans hanging out with us tonight all the way to the end of the show. Tom Herrick's got to thank the crowd. Let me tell you right there now. That's what I'm saying. Folks, you're still out there on the live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, letting us know that you appreciate. If you're here in the Velodrome, don't forget to go velodrome.org/live. Grab the live stream link, share it with friends and family. Say, check out the cool racing I watched tonight. This was a lot of fun. I'm so glad I was able to make it out to the Velodrome. And while you're there, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Give us a support as we march on to 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2024's racing season. What a great night of racing action this has been. We're going to send it off here in just a moment as we close out the action here tonight. Again, same place, same time, next Friday, 7 o'clock for Friday Night Racing. We can't wait to host you for more great racing action right here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.